Hey, hi, hello everybody, and welcome in on a Thursday in the city of Detroit. Ryan Emoni, Braylon Edwards. It is September 9th, game week. NFL season starts tonight. Braylon Edwards, we are so excited for that.
Opening night, I'm excited. You get to see Dak for the first time in almost a year, that revamped defense of the Cowboys, and then obviously the Super Bowl returning champs, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Tom Brady. I'm excited. I'm not showing football right now. I'm honoring Miggy and my boy Maz over there.
Look at this getup he's got. Can you turn around too? By the way,
this is the Ernie Harwell.
Can you
patch.
swing that chair around at all or no? Look at that, Edwards 17. I want to know, Braylon Edwards. I want to know when you threw out that first pitch some years ago at Comerica Park.
Oh yeah, it wasn't a 50 cent, man. I didn't throw it way off to the left or way off to the right. I didn't skip it. It wasn't terrible. What it was a slider.
Gotta be a slider.
Was it a President Bush?
No, it was better.
Oh, he had a good one.
He threw a good, but mine was a slider that started out right like Randy Johnson, my favorite, and then painted just on that inside, just for one of those.
Get out of here. Get out of here. Tom Mazaway with us as well.
You see
what up, fellas?
Why is it that we always get the memo? Like when we had the light blue on together, now we got the Tigers on. This guy get each other.
I felt Miggy. I'm high off Jeets.
Same.
I watched his inaugural speech last night. It was amazing.
Yeah.
Jeets is great, guys. So I am going with the Woodward Sports logo today.
Never go wrong with the home team.
I don't think you can either. Now, this shirt, to me, I need to get a better cut of shirt because I think it really accentuates my brassiere region.
You look good. We just got to get you on the golf course to swing the club a little.
That's what we need to do.
Got to swing the club a little.
That's what we need to do. No doubt about it, Braylon Edwards. Hey, big show today. Plenty of NFL talk, but we are going to be joined in the 3 o'clock hour, hour number 2 of the program, depending upon when you're listening to us or watching us. We certainly appreciate that. Former Michigan State Spartan captain, member of the 2000 National Championship team, Mateen Cleaves, who now works for Matt Ishbia over at United Wholesale Mortgage. We'll talk more about that. I almost call it a scholarship. That endorsement deal for the NIL and all those players at Michigan State really changing the landscape of college sports, is it? And they're getting pushback already as well at United Wholesale Mortgage.
We talked about that yesterday.
We mentioned that as well yesterday because they're not paying the women, and we'll get into all of that coming up with Mateen Cleaves in hour number 2 of the program. But, guys, tonight is the night. The Bucs host the Dallas Cowboys, and Tom Brady at age 44 is going to become the oldest non-kicker to start a Week 1 football game in history. It is incredible what he's doing. Here's a stat that I saw earlier regarding Tom Brady, guys, and I'm curious to see what you think about this. You know, to get in the Hall of Fame, you have to have a 5-year waiting period from the time you end your playing days, correct?
Yes.
Calvin Johnson began playing in the NFL after Tom Brady had already won 3 Super Bowls.
And he's already in the Hall of Fame.
And Calvin Johnson is already in the Hall of Fame. And Brady is still going. It is incredible. I've never seen anything like it. I don't think we'll ever see anything like it again. But it's remarkable to see TB12 line up tonight, Week 1 of the NFL season, as a defending Super Bowl champ. Not only that, but in my opinion, one of the top 5 quarterbacks in the National Football League right now.
Yeah, and you just used the phrase "lines up." That's what it takes to be someone that plays that long in any profession. You look at how long Mark Messier was able to play for in hockey. You look at Wayne Gretzky. You look at LeBron James. And not only how long his career has been, but how magnificent it's been. Like, he's legitimately been a first ballot, not a first ballot, but he's been a starter in the All-Star game every year. And that's not just fans. That's the NFL coaches and the GMs and the NBA people as well. That's what Tom is doing. Like, Tom is 21 years in. He's 8 Super Bowls now, or will be 8 this year. No, this is 8.
This would be, well,
this
he's
will
won
be
7.
Yeah.
Going for an 8.
Yeah, and he's going for 8. It's all about taking care of yourself, taking care of your body, dumb luck, best organizations, like all that ties in to be able to have a career that lasts the test of time and still to be at the highest level. Like, when we say he's the starting quarterback this year for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Super Bowl returning champ at 44, we're not just saying it was a guy on the team that got it done. I mean, look at Peyton's last Super Bowl. Peyton was a shell of himself.
Yes.
And he just basically, he got the job done enough with an amazing defense, arguably one of the best defenses of a Super Bowl win. Tom's occupying at a high level. Like, I mean, he had his third best season ever last year, and it could be his best season, especially with the extra game. So I think when you look at what LeBron is doing and when you look at what Tom Brady is doing, they're doing it on a level that no other professional athlete has done it for that long.
And Maz, you talk about playing at a high level. I mean, the Bucs are absolutely the favorite to come out of the NFC once again this year.
Returning every single member of that Super Bowl team.
22.
They're looking good. I got no words. They're going to have a hard time, though. There's a lot of teams that aren't going to. Sure. They're going to see him coming this time. There's no question about it.
There's no cakewalk to the Super Bowl. No doubt about that.
NFC is stocked.
You know, Braylon, you mentioned Tom Brady's body and taking care of himself, and of course, dumb
he eats
luck.
rocks. He eats freaking
and LeBron too.
And LeBron James too,
Yeah.
but LeBron's got, you know, when LeBron James is one of the best players at 44 in the NBA, we'll talk about him too. But
I think it's different though. Like, you know, LeBron's played 19 seasons, but the impact in terms of on his body and the wear and tear at his position and the athletic ability and things that he uses in the game, Tom's not using that on a night-to-night or a day-to-day or a game-to-game type of usage of the body and wear and tear on the body as which LeBron has. So even though LeBron's, 38? LeBron's a year younger than me, so he's 37. Tom's 44, but if you compare it to the impact, the injuries, the weight and the jumping and put it down, it measures up well.
okay, how do you do it though? How do you keep your body in that amount of shit? I mean, like Tom Brady, how do you look like that? How do you feel like that? How do you perform like that? Is it just discipline? I mean, is it obviously you've got all the money to hire all the chefs and hire all the trainers and get all the doctors for any legal supplement that you may be taking. But at the same time, you have to have a discipline about you to A, have the drive to do that still, and B, execute everybody's plan around you to have a body and be in shape like that to withstand, you know, the Aaron Donalds of the world crushing in on you.
I think, and that's why I said part of it is right place, right time. It's health, because he didn't start off, you know, being vegan and eating as healthy as he is and putting all the money and the effort into his body, be it working out, be it getting in shape, be it keto diet, be it, you know, the running on the beach and, you know, how disciplined he is. And he even wrote a book about, you know, what it takes for him to operate at this level this long. But outside of that, you know, there's being with the Patriots organization, having a good offensive line for the majority of his career. Not to mention, Tom's not always a guy going down the field. Like, Tom has dink and dunked a lot in his career. Kevin Falk was a large proponent of that. You look at James White in the Super Bowl. You look at a lot of underneath stuff with Wes Welker, Edelman, Amendola. He doesn't always go down the field. Now, if you look at a quarterback that's a bomb thrower, like you look at like a Brett Favre over the longevity of his career, that was a 19-year, 20-year career. You look at the wear and tear in his arm, I think everything lines up slightly different, and it has to be perfect for you to have the type of career where we'll never see. I'll go on the mic and say it. We'll never see another Tom Brady type career ever.
You shake your head, Maz, and I know this may sicken you to have this discussion because you're such a Tom Brady hater, but you do have to respect the guy, and I know you do. I know you do.
I mean, look at him. He looks younger now than he did when he first started.
No doubt.
Braylon and I were going over all our Super Bowls when you were doing a video here earlier. We start talking about, we're like, hey, we're going to pick our Super Bowl winners today. Hey, what was the first Super Bowl you actually remember?
Yeah.
So Braylon and I remember Super Bowl V, 1971, Colts and Dolphins.
24 for me. It was 25. It was.
Excuse me. I remember Colts and Dallas Cowboys, Super Bowl V.
And the first one I remember was the Redskins and the Redskins in Buffalo. Super Bowl. It was 1990.
1990.
I think for me it would have been the 49ers and the Broncos in '89. Does that ring a bell?
It does. No, it is. You're right.
That was your first one that you remember?
That I remember.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's something. I only missed 4 Super Bowls in my brain.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I love.
First one that I actually remember.
I'm so mad at myself that I was around in '69 for Joe Willie Namath and the Jets.
Why are you
and
mad
I don't,
at that?
But I don't remember it.
Well,
I wish I could remember.
I would have been 10 years old. You know what I mean? Like just remembering something.
I was 8 years old when I remember that was when I fell in love with sports.
Yeah.
8 years old.
So you were 8, I was 10.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I was alive for, speaking of moments, I was alive for San Fran and the Cowboys and, Dwight Clark back in the end zone, the infamous, rest in peace. I think he died 2 years ago, but I don't remember it. So there are a lot of moments that I think we've all been a part of that we just can't remember because it was just, we're too young.
It's just so good.
Yeah.
And guys, if we can stick with the Bucs Cowboys tonight because it is, the greatest, one of the greatest nights on the sports calendar every year, the opening night of the NFL, and a lot of excitement regarding Dak Prescott and the Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott looks like he had an offseason that was very productive one, a very good one for him. We'll see if that comes out on the field tonight. But also, when you look at the Cowboys, Zach Martin out tonight with COVID, and I look back to because there's something about me that wants to say that the Cowboys are going to give the Bucs a game tonight for whatever reason because
I will.
The Super Bowl hangover, they get the rings, the party. How many times do you see it?
Cowboys are going to cover.
This all happens and then the home team loses, right? Well, if you just go back to that game in February where Patrick Mahomes is on the other side and Travis Kelce and Tyreek Hill, you saw what the Tampa Bay defense does to teams that are missing offensive linemen. They don't treat them very good.
No,
and if Patrick Mahomes,
my homeboy,
can't do anything,
didn't he run for like 400 yards sideways?
Yeah, if Patrick Mahomes can't do anything on offense against the Tampa Bay defense when they're missing offensive linemen, what do you think the Cowboys are going to do tonight with missing Zach Martin, what Ezekiel Elliott called the best player? Not the best offensive lineman. He calls Zach Martin the best player on their team. That's high credit for that guy, and I think the Bucs are just going to be too dominant up front.
I pray
for that.
I pray for Dak.
Yeah.
You talking about trying to give a man some respect and show him how you feel about him, getting him blocked the best that he can for it. That was a heck of a move. Yeah, and they shored that up. You see what that game made the Chiefs do. They had to go out and get Orlando Brown in a trade, and from the Baltimore Ravens, who's one of the best left tackles in the game. So it shows you that if you're not right, you're not 100% there, they can expose you, and that's what they look to do tonight. So I can't wait to talk about it.
I know we're going to talk about this after the break. We'll continue talking about this. There's a player on Dallas that I think Lion fans are going to be upset that we passed on.
There's a couple players on every team.
But I mean, in our number one pick, again, I go back to Penei Sewell. So watch out tonight.
We will talk about Penei Sewell and the Detroit Lions. There was some news coming out of Allen Park. We'll get to that next. Also, quarterbacks in the NFL. There's going to be 15 new quarterbacks for different teams. That's almost half the league has a different quarterback this year. Just goes to show you how important that position is, how everybody is desperate to get theirs. Lots of NFL talk. We'll get to Mateen Cleaves, hour number 2 of the program as well. Mateen Cleaves, Flintstone. We'll do that all coming up. Big show today, packed. Emoni and Edwards, Woodward Sports Network.
Make sure you download the Woodward Sports app in the App Store and the Google Play Store today. Take Woodward Sports with you wherever you go and listen live on your phone or mobile device.
Hey, this is what you've been waiting for, fans. MyBookie.ag. Get on it right now. Use that promo code Woodward and get your first deposit matched all the way up to $1,000, and you can use it tonight. The NFL starts. It's the Buccaneers, the Super Bowl champs, hosting the Dallas Cowboys. The spread right now, 8 or 8.5, depending on when you book that bet. So get on it tonight. You can bet that, college football, and a whole slate of NFL games. Of course, baseball coming down the stretch as well. All at mybookie.ag. You can bet anything. Parlays, straight, future bets, whatever you want. It's all at mybookie.ag. Don't forget, use that promo code Woodward. They'll match your first deposit all the way up to $1,000. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere with MyBookie. If you have a gambling problem, call the National Problem Gambling Helpline, 800-522-4700.
There's going to be 15 NFL teams that'll have a different starting quarterback this year. We're going to get to that in just 1 minute. But I want to talk some Lions, if I could. Yesterday, all 53 players on the active roster were at practice and either had full practice or limited practice. And I think that's a good situation to have. Today, not as fortunate for whatever reason, and we do not know the reason. Taylor Decker was not at practice today. So our Corey Woods put that out there on Twitter about an hour ago. There's out there in Allen Park for camp, and no Taylor Decker. And what does this mean for the Lions moving forward? Because he practiced yesterday on a limited basis, not there today. Don't want to speculate. Is it an injury? Is it a personal issue? Have no idea on that yet. But the Lions did sign a practice squad offensive tackle, and you do come into question now, will Taylor Decker play? And if he doesn't play, does Penei Sewell go to the left side and play his natural position? All questions to have here for the Detroit Lions, Braylon.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that that's anything necessary cause for concern. I think that if someone got hurt, they still would come to practice. They still would be out there. They still would be talking about him. So we'll wait to get the final word. But yeah, I don't know if it's anything major. I mean, he just gave a speech last week, and we were talking about, wanting the team to change and being open to the type of change that Dan Brown is bringing. I mean, Dan Campbell is bringing, my apologies. So I don't think it's anything major there. I'll have to wait for more.
You got anything on that? You like that, Maz?
I'm afraid that if he is out and they do put Penei over there, they might never look back. And then what are you going to do with Taylor Decker? I mean, you can't ask him to go to the right side. I just hope he'll be all right. He's going to be fine for the game. It's early. Let's not jump to conclusions yet. Yeah. Plus the 49ers. I know you guys like the Lions over them this week as a surprise win. I just don't see it.
I do like the Lions, and if you talk to the defensive coordinator, Aaron Glenn, he likes the Lions this week too. Here's some sound from Aaron Glenn talking about the 49ers run game. He's excited to attack it.
80 yards a game.
Like, their rushing attack.
Yeah.
Tough. I mean, that's everything they're built around is the run game. And listen, they're going to make some yards, right? They're going to make some yards. We're going to do our damnedest now to do what we can because we're built on that. We're built on our front of making sure that we build a wall, we set edges, right? We make tackles. So I'm not going to sit here and say, listen, we're afraid of their run game. I'm not going to say that, but I do recognize who they are in the run game. So we're just going to go out there and do our job and what our philosophy is as far as stopping the run. So our guys are excited about it. They know it's a challenge. When you play against a team like this, with the running game that you just talked about, I mean, you got to be excited to play against a team. Because when you want to measure yourself against the best, right? They're one of the best teams, right? Hell, I want to measure myself against one of the best play callers, right? To see exactly where I'm at. So that's why collectively as a group, man, we're looking forward to this challenge. You see I'm getting fired up right now.
I can understand where the Lions fans are in knowing the history of this franchise and just not wanting to get excited about this team just yet. I understand that. I'm born and raised here. I lived here my whole life. I have lived it with you. I'm 42 years old. There are people who are 60 years old, never saw a championship. Like, I get it. I understand it. But if you can't try to give these guys a clean slate, and I understand that too, is hard to do. But if you can't just sit back and look at these guys, listen to Aaron Glenn and feel excited about this thing being on the right track, then I don't know what else you can do. Because they're saying all the right things. They're doing all the right things right now anyway. And I'm telling you, I am here for it.
All they need is players.
And that's coming. But develop players too. Develop the players that you have. And if you can't perform, Maz, get the hell out of the way for a guy that can.
By the way, Aaron Glenn, he's going to be a head coach.
Yeah. It's only a matter of time. Only a matter of time. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, like, your talk is cheap. Like, and what I mean by that is they are saying the right things. They're doing the right things. They're bringing in the right attitude, the right personality. They're getting rid of people that they don't fit, that they don't believe fit into what they want to bring here. What the identity will be as we keep talking about it. And I understand it, and I love that. But at some point, you got to play. We got to go out there and watch. We got to go out there and see, because there's only so much you can do with a great spirit, a great attitude, great, change to the mic, to talking to the Ryan Emoni's and the Tom Mazaways and Braylon Edwards and whoever else is of the world. We got to see it, because all that talk is good, but when you don't have players that can, back up the talk that you're talking about, it can hurt.
Braylon, I totally agree with you in that respect, but also as a fan, from a perspective of the Lions can't go out there and win the Super Bowl this year. I think we all know that. They just don't have the talent. They don't have the horses. It's not there. But you can also, as a fan, if you're willing to be hurt, right? If you're willing to fall in love with that, beautiful woman on the other side there, if you're willing to open up your heart to have her break it,
yeah.
If you're willing to do that, part of that process is enjoying the process and enjoying the ride and feeling like you made that run with them. And I think this group here, we talk about it. You talk about it. Stan talks about it. John U. Bacon talked about it. The difference in Michigan this year that they see, not only is Jim Harbaugh has been reinvigorated because he changed 6 of the 10 assistant coaches. I think when you look at this assistant staff,
he's also wearing short sleeve shirts now.
Yeah.
Did you notice that? Where'd this golf shirt come from?
Deuce Staley, Aaron Glenn, Anthony Lynn. These guys around Dan Campbell are empowering, man. It is inspiring. I am just ready for Lions football, and I'm ready for a franchise to get it right.
Everything that they are saying is it's great. Dan Campbell has come out. He's genuine. He's authentic. He's the real article. We've said that. Aaron Glenn, Anthony Lynn, Deuce Staley, we love these guys that they've brought in. They're saying and doing all the right things. So do politicians. So do politicians. So do the person running for superintendent of the school systems. Everyone says the right things. I just want to watch it.
Yeah.
I believe if you pay attention to Lions fans, you two being among them, I watch them, but you two are actually Lions fans. They always are hopeful. They always are optimistic. Lions fans always gives the team the benefit of the doubt. Even the 0-16 team, they still gave the benefit of the doubt. Lions fans are always hoping and optimistic. So I think you'll get that. You'll get that this year. They'll have their chance to prove to Lions faithful, to Lions fan base, to the city of Detroit, and the Lions fans nationally. They'll have a chance to prove that this is something that you guys should pay attention to. We're going to get it right. We're working hard. We're getting better. They'll give you that chance, but just do something with it.
Hey, Maz, we just heard from Aaron Glenn, Lions defensive coordinator. You think he could use a player on his team that is playing tonight?
No doubt. It's Micah Parsons. We all know who it is. Slipped to 10 or 11 in the draft to Dallas. He had some issues, I think, before the draft. Doesn't everybody? Most of these kids always have it. There's always an issue that pops up late in the draft. Dan Marino had issues. Take a look at what happened with him. He slipped all the way to the bottom
with the
of
smoking?
the first round. Yeah. I mean, they talk crap about him. The Jets picked one pick ahead of him. They took Ken O'Brien. I mean, I could just go on and on. But this Micah Parsons, I watched him a couple of Cowboy games out of the 3. I watched 2 out of 3. Watched Hard Knocks. I see what this guy's got. This guy's going to be a hell of a linebacker. I mean, could we have not used one of those kind of guys here? I know, and I keep picturing the Lions brass jumping up and down when they got Penei Sewell. I'm not jumping up and down yet. I hope one day I could jump up and down with them. Right now, I'm not too happy. Justin Fields is with the Bears. Micah Parsons is with the Cowboys.
All right, so Braylon Edwards, if you've got a pen, can you write down the list of players that Maz has now drafted ahead of Penei Sewell? We've got Micah Parsons. We've got Justin Fields. We've got Mac Jones. We've got Pat Surtain the second.
I didn't say that. Those are it.
Maz is trying
Those are the 3.
Maz is trying to
Those
draft.
are 3.
Take the entire 2020.
I gave you 3.
No.
And no game has been played yet. I gave you 3.
Not one regular season game in the National Football League has been played yet.
Yeah.
But Maz has determined that Penei Sewell will not be better than Justin Fields, Micah Parsons.
So
he won't be.
Well, I agree.
And guess what? If he's an All-Pro, he still won't be better than them.
I agree with Maz. I don't think this is anything far left. I think think actually pretty much the people that have rated the draft and rated the picks, they will agree with him 100%. Like, these are three. And if you look at what we actually need in Detroit, what they actually really needed from starting a base over without Matt Stafford, without having the consistency at quarterback, I would agree with him.
Talk about the lack of consistency.
That doesn't mean he won't be a good player, but
guys.
he just is a. But if you look at,
I don't care if he is good. I don't care if he is good.
Ryan, don't do that.
He was the wrong pick.
If you look at the Lions, if you look at their body of work in the draft over the past, you can go real far back, but let's just say the past 10 years.
How about the past two?
He's proven. Like, what he said is proven.
How about the past 2 years?
It's not even dissing. It's honest. It's honesty.
I know it.
Listen, man. You're not going to find a bigger Lions fan to me. And I know people are going to yell at me, Maz, you're from New Jersey. You got your Jets and Giants.
Maz, you're from New Jersey.
Yeah.
You got your Jets
I
and
like
your
how
Giants.
he did a Jersey accent, and he's from Jersey.
I love the Lions. I love the
Like
Lions,
imitated
okay?
Jersey.
I root for the Lions over the Jets and Giants now. I just want you to know that. I love the Detroit Lions. They do nothing but disappoint me. That's it.
This is going to change, baby. New attitude, new regime. Lions, baby. Get on the train, Braylon Edwards. Come on. Hop on my back. Come on. I'll take you.
What would Terry Foster say
the
right now?
The train that I'm getting on is the NFL train, which starts tonight. And I want to talk about the Bucs and Cowboys. The Lions, we'll have our chance to talk about them.
What would Terry Foster say to you right now?
I don't know.
It would come out of that cup, though, whatever he said.
All right, everybody in Edwards, Woodward Sports Network.
Welcome to the Call Sam Chopper Shop, where you can win a custom-built chopper while helping our veterans at the same time.
Watch as the Bad Pig Custom team turns this bike into a one-of-a-kind classic chopper.
And when it's finished, we'll be donating the bike to Volunteers of America Michigan to raffle off in support of our vets.
A great cause to give back to those who've given so much.
Watch for Call Sam Chopper Shop episodes on our social media channels and get your raffle ticket today at callsam.com/chopper shop.
How about Northwestern Tech, gang? Start a new career in an industry that is always essential, the heating and cooling industry. Learn more today by visiting northwesterntech.edu. Big game tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Cowboys and the Bucs getting their world championship ring, Super Bowl championship ring. Now, Braylon, I want to ask you a little bit about this game, if I could.
Uh-oh.
Where are you on the Dallas Cowboys this year? Are you high on the Cowboys, or are you like a wait and see kind of attitude?
You set me up right there. I actually am. I'm high on the Cowboys. Like, I'm high on the Cowboys. I know that everyone says every year it could be the year, but I think it really could be. I think Dak's back. He looks healthy in his throws. He looks like he's fine. They look confident.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can kind of tell sometimes when the quarterback comes back early or a player comes back early, but you still sense like a hesitancy with players or the coaches or the GM. But they look confident. So, I mean, we'll see tonight. I like the wide receiver position for them. I like Gallup. I like Cooper. And I love CeeDee Lamb. I think this is the year that he breaks out and actually becomes the number one wide receiver for them. We talked about Zeke and what he's done and how he's trimmed and how he's in shape. We don't know if that's going to hurt him or help him. I think it will help him. I think because it shows the discipline, it shows the level of buying in, it shows the level of being there. You look at the defense, man. Brown, Trevor Lawrence. They're tired of people talking about them not stepping up in big plays. They're tired of people talking about them getting paid and not showing proof for it. Not to mention, as Maz pointed out, man, one of the best players drafted this year, and I think he was the best defensive player drafted, was Micah Parsons. Micah Parsons he reminds me of the pick that Seattle had when Seattle drafted Bobby Wagner. Like, Bobby Wagner was a like a proficient linebacker. He got people in place. Like, he's been Pro Bowl every year since he's been in the league. He's been All-Pro. He was 99 on Madden, which we know is hard to do. Micah Parsons fits that bill, man. He's a hard-nosed, hard-hitting guy, very intelligent, at the right place at the right time. I'm high on this team, man. I think Jerry needs to step out the way, let Mike McCarthy do the job of coaching.
I think McCarthy's terrible. I don't know why. I just find him to be.
People think that, but if you look at his record, like, his record is really good in his 15 years. Very quiet 15 years with Green Bay.
He's had some good quarterbacks.
Yeah, I mean, come on. You know,
I think that they're going to do well. I think that they will actually. I'll give you my prediction. I have the Bucs over them tonight, 45-28. 45-28, I got the Bucs over Cowboys. I think the game will be close early, and then I think the Bucs start to get in rhythm and they pull away in the third quarter and never look back. But I also have this being a repeat game in the NFC Championship. I have the Cowboys.
Wow, you really like the Cowboys.
I have the Cowboys going to the NFC Championship, and I have it being a repeat game. And I have in that game, I have the Bucs winning again. But it's going to be a game.
The over/under on this game is only 51.5. Now here's a couple of boosts.
I don't know nothing about.
I know. Here's a couple of boost bets for you people that care about this game. You can go to mybookie.ag. Here's an odds boost for you. The Patriots. Here it is. Excuse me. Tampa Bay Buccaneers to cover 9.5 against Dallas. It was plus 100. You can get it now at plus 150. They're giving you that. So if you like the Buccaneers minus 9.5, you can get plus 150. That means bet 100, win 150. Here's the other one. Tom Brady to have 300-plus passing yards and Mike Evans scoring a touchdown. You can get that at plus 350 tonight as well.
Those are all guaranteed bets.
Guaranteed.
100 yards and over 300 yards.
So 100 to win 350 there. So Brady over 300, Evans a touchdown. This is all on mybookie.ag. You can bet millions of things on this betting app.
You got Robert. You got more. You got the. I always forget his name. Johnson, the running back for the Bucs. I always forget. But
LeGarrette Blount.
He retired, didn't he?
You got. Here this guy go. No, but it's two. You have from LSU in Jacksonville.
You got Rojo.
Yeah.
Rojo's there. But
that's what I'm talking about. Robert Jones.
He's number second. Ronald Jones is number 2.
So I like Ronald Jones.
Then they got Giovanni Bernard.
Fournette.
Yeah, and Fournette.
So
they got Fournette.
So you have Giovanni Bernard, Fournette, and Jones. Then you also have Godwin. You also have AB, who's they say operating.
Their wide receivers are stacked.
They operate, and you got OJ Howard back. You still have Rob Gronkowski. Like to pass for over 300 yards on a secondary that sucks. What?
Here's one for you, Braylon. 6,000-yard Tom Brady this year?
Nah.
Serious?
Nah.
No.
No.
Okay.
No.
5,000.
Okay.
Why you keep throwing this 6,000 like it's not a myth?
It's just a different game.
It isn't a different game. It's the same game as last year.
All right. Let me say this about Dak Prescott because I want to get this on the record. I'm a huge Dak Prescott fan. I think the guy does it the right way. One of the hardest workers in the league, not a diva. You know, somebody out there that's a leader. When he injured his leg a year and a half ago, you cried with him on that cart. I love Dak Prescott. Yeah. I'm so happy he got his money. Now I want him to be able to back that up. I don't particularly care too much for the Dallas Cowboys overall.
I hate the Cowboys.
But this year, I am a Cowboys fan because I want Dak to do well because I think he's one of the more underappreciated superstars in the National Football League, and I'm a big Dak Prescott guy. I just want to get that on the record.
Dak Prescott is kind of one of those quarterbacks that's in that Alex Smith kind of category where they're quarterbacks, they've had production. Like, look what Alex Smith did when he finally had an offensive coordinator and Greg Roman to believe in him. Coach and Jim Harbaugh turned that franchise around. Look what happened when Alex goes to Kansas City and he has Andy Reid. Andy Reid believes him. Mm-hmm. Let's call a spade a spade. What Alex Smith did for the Kansas City Chiefs is exactly what Mark Jackson did for Golden State. He got that program going in the right direction. He got that franchise going in the right direction. Then they just needed that piece to take them over the top. Golden State needed Steve Kerr, and then the Chiefs needed Patrick Mahomes. But he's in that kind of category where, like, no respect for Alex Smith, always overlooked, always had success once he went to places and had team. Same thing exactly with Dak. Dak's that type of quarterback.
I like it. And I do like the Bucs tonight. I'm not going to make a prediction in the game, but other than to go back to what I said within the first couple of minutes of the show, this Tampa Bay Buccaneer defensive front is going to give you problems. Yeah. You have got to have all of your guys healthy and executing like it's a finely tuned machine or something like that. You can't have any injuries going up against the Bucs front.
Here's something. When's the last time that Tampa has had the #1 baseball team, the #1 hockey team, and the #1 football team? Because they don't have basketball in Tampa. Well, they have it in Florida.
They had the Raptors.
Yeah, they did have the Tampa Raptors.
No, I
right?
said Tampa. Oh, yeah.
They did have the Raptors.
This is true during COVID. But when's the last time that happened, man? Tampa is turning into, and this is gonna sound great. Tampa's turning into Boston.
Yeah.
And guess who's the key ingredient? Tom Brady, baby.
Look at that.
Remember Boston? There
Didn't
was
think
Red
about
Sox.
that. The Celtics.
It was red. The Celtics, and it was the Patriots.
And
now,
did the Bruins? Did the Bruins won?
Yeah.
Not the Celtics. The Bruins won, but the Celtics were in the finals.
They had a great run. Put it that way. That city.
Can you imagine that?
Tampa's doing the same thing now.
Hey guys, speaking of
Tampa Bay.
There you go.
Speaking of cities, I do want to let you know that we are very excited to have a Detroit Lions pregame show on Woodward Sports. So Woodward Sports Live for the Lions pregame. We're going to have an opening day party. We'll be at the Tin Roof.
Who's we?
We, you and
I'm
me.
there. I'm invited.
You're there too.
I'm there.
You and me.
Jay
and Mez.
Jay sent me an invite too.
Oh man,
oh, my
we
God.
are partnering with
Let's
our
do
friends from WRIF 101 The Riff, baby.
Riff rocks.
Riff rocks. We're going to be all down there. Kennedy's going to be down there. Woodward Sports and Riff. Detroit Lions pregame show on Woodward Sports. We'll see you down there 11 a.m., 11 to 1 p.m. Getting you set for Lions and 49ers. We'll be there at the Tin Roof. Ask Maz. He's got it all.
Okay.
Maz has your $50.
I got nothing.
Maz has your $50 parking stipend as well.
I need one of those. Detroit parking is expensive. That downtown parking.
Find the meter.
We're going to get you one, Braylon. No doubt about it. Stop by, say hello, hang out. We'll see you then. Hey, 15 quarterbacks. I mentioned it. 15 teams are going to have a different starting quarterback this year than a year ago.
Including Detroit's own.
Absolutely. So I want to put up this list, and I want you to tell me who the best team is going to be with their new quarterback. Can we do that?
Why not?
15 quarterbacks, 15 teams. Who's the best? We'll do that next. Mateen Edwards, Woodward Sports Network.
Do you know why realtors love using Hall Financial as a lender? Because of our commitment to speed and service. We have nearly 4,000 five-star reviews already. Call today, 248-308-5000, or go to callhallfirst.com.
Make sure you download the Woodward Sports app in the App Store and the Google Play Store today. Take Woodward Sports with you wherever you go and listen live on your phone or mobile device.
It's Maz for Legacy Partners Insurance. If you need insurance, you need Legacy Partners Insurance, a local agency that knows the local insurance markets best. Yet they're independent, so they get lots of quotes for you. They make the carriers compete for your business. For personal, they shop between 7 and 10 carriers, and also for your business and commercial accounts, they shop for 50 carriers, and they're all going to get you the best deal. They've been doing it for over 100 years. It's a no-brainer. If you haven't had your insurance checked, give them a try. 586-209-4106. Better yet, go to legacypartnersins.com/Woodward Sports. Takes you to the team page. Fill out your information. Someone from Team Maz will get in touch with you right away. Costs you nothing, and you could save hundreds, maybe thousands a year. Legacy Partners Insurance. Tell them the bottom line on Woodward Sports sent you.
Mateen Cleaves coming up in about 23 minutes from now, gang. We're going to talk
Big Ten leaders ever. Man.
Absolutely. Talk about a leader. No doubt about that.
Actually,
Braylon
you know
Edwards.
what? Nationally. One of the best leaders ever nationally.
No doubt. He now currently works for United Wholesale Mortgage with Matt Ishbia over there. They have come to an agreement on an endorsement deal, NIL, with the men's basketball and football players at Michigan State University. We'll talk to him about that. 15 teams will have a different starting quarterback this year. Let me throw up the graphic.
Throw the graphic
if we could.
Get it up there, Alex.
We're going to leave it up for a second. If you're watching on YouTube, if you're watching on Twitter, here it is. I'm not going to name all of them unless you want me to.
No, you don't have to.
But guys, and I don't know why Justin Herbert is on there. I think because Tyrod Taylor actually started week 1 last year.
Correct.
Do you see Tyrod Tayller's on that list as well?
Yeah,
in the upper left corner.
Yeah. So I guess there you go. Week 1 starter than they did in 2020. So that's why you see Justin Herbert on that list. But you got something here?
I do actually. Like, when I'm looking at this list, this is the teams. These are the players and the teams that I like on this list that I will say intrigued. Fitzmagic. We know how Fitzmagic always starts off his season. He always looks like a Pro Bowl quarterback. He leads us and it tends to go down. But I like the Washington football team. I know that's your team and team name.
Football
team. I like them this season. I actually thought that I have a chance, a really good chance to win the NFC East. Everyone does every year. So I'm going to keep my eyes on Fitzmagic and WFT. Zach Wilson. I like their offense. I like what they're going to be able to do. They're bringing Tevin Coleman, from San Fran. I like Robert Salah coming there. He's really turned that program around. Just the mindset, kind of a Dan Campbell type move. We've seen him proven at the highest level in the Super Bowl loss a couple years ago to the Chiefs. Corey Davis, they brought up from Tennessee. And then Jamison Crowder. So I like what Zach Wilson has. He's very smooth. I think he's going to be the best one out of that quarterback class this year. Teddy Bridgewater and the defense that he has in Denver, not to mention, Gordon, Judy, Font, Hamler, Deshaun Hamilton, 2 Penn State guys. It's a very Big Ten heavy team, by the way. Jameis, your boy with the Saints.
Love them.
I like what they could potentially do. Want to get Mike Thomas back on board. But we all know who the best story is and who's going to have the best season. I think as a new quarterback for a new franchise, I think Detroit knows him well, and that's Matt Stafford.
So if you look at this list of 15, I think you really have to boil it down to 5 as quarterbacks who are going to make an impact in 2021. Here are the 5. Carson Wentz in Indianapolis, Matt Stafford in L.A., Jameis Winston in New Orleans, Mac Jones for the New England Patriots, and Tua Tagovailoa with the Miami Dolphins. I think those are the 5 best teams that...
You don't even know if Carson's going to play.
Carson Wentz, I do not like Carson Wentz. I was going to cross him off the list.
Get him out of here.
Get him out of here. Cross Wentz off the list.
Here.
So now it comes down to 4, okay? 4 quarterbacks. Stafford, Winston, Jones, and Tua.
You like Bridgewater?
No. Not.
Okay.
I don't like Denver.
Okay.
It's not that I don't like Bridgewater. I don't like Denver's team around him. I
Bradley
just don't,
Chubb,
just
Von
don't
Miller.
think they're just don't think they're ready. I just don't think they're ready. I like Bridgewater. Don't like Denver team.
Okay.
Mac Jones and Tua are interesting to me. They are. I think this is a make or break for Tua. A lot of people are down on Tua. I am not down on Tua. So I am going to think that Tua has a better year than Jones here. I'm crossing Mac Jones off the list.
I like that. And they also added Jalen Waddle, who was the number 1 receiver 2 years ago, and Tua is very familiar with.
So now it comes down to 3. Stafford, Winston, and Tua. Between those 3, I do have to knock Tua off that list because of the teams in New Orleans and in I almost said St. Louis, Los Angeles Rams, and it comes down to Stafford and Winston. Okay, and I will. You know where I'm going to go here, guys, and it's because he's a winner, and he's won almost everywhere he's been.
Oh Lord, are you going to say Jameis Winston?
I am going to say Jameis
over
Winston.
Stafford. You don't even know who the wide receivers are for New Orleans. Look, you can't just get a ball to Alvin. You can't just get a ball to Alvin Kamara every game. You can't just give the ball to Alvin Kamara every game.
Yummy.
What about Michael Thomas?
He's not even playing right now. He's a 3rd-ranked receiver. He's hurt.
What do you mean?
He's 3rd receiver because he's hurt.
They don't
do your homework.
They don't need Michael Thomas.
Look,
they
I
don't
feel
need
like when
Michael Thomas.
What
about who's the white kid that plays quarterback?
Taysom Hill.
Yeah, him. What about him? He's a good player.
How dare you love to talk about Jameis but don't have any research? You don't have any proof.
He's got that W. Oh, eat them all up, Jameis.
How about you and Jameis go eat some crab legs together?
Jameis.
Go eat some crab legs together.
Lather up, baby. Jameis Winston gonna have a better year than Stafford. Jameis Winston, right here, ladies and gentlemen.
You know what I'm happy about? You know what I'm happy about is that we get a chance in week 1, out the gate, in Duval County, in Jacksonville Stadium, whatever it's called. Jameis gets to play against Aaron Rodgers and the Packers. We will see week 1 how terrible Jameis is going to be for the Saints.
You don't even know what you're talking about.
He won't be the quarterback after 6 games.
You don't even know what you're talking about.
He's going to do his 30 for 30 again. It's 30-30.
He won't get a chance to do 30 for
30 picks.
He won't do it. He won't get a chance to do 30 for 30. Week 6, he won't be the starting quarterback.
What do you know about Traquan Smith?
What do you know about Traquan Smith?
I had him in daily fantasy so many times as a cheap player, $4,500 player. Oh, man, I know a lot about Traquan Smith.
It sounds BS. It sounds falsified.
When's Michael Thomas coming back? Week 4?
Like week 5, week 6, week 7.
Week 4.
Sean Payton was pissed at him because he didn't get the surgery that he needed
because he didn't want to be there.
He wanted the offseason.
He didn't want to be there. He said, I don't want to be here.
What about Marquez Callaway?
Is that a golf club?
No, it's the starting wide receiver.
That sounds like a 60 degree.
What about Tom Brady's boy Chris Hogan?
He just got cut. He just got picked up. I was surprised that the Patriots actually didn't pick Chris Hogan up. Yeah. I thought that would be a good pickup for them.
Did you see Amendola signed with the Texans?
I did see that.
Yeah.
I did see that.
He did?
Amendola still lives.
He can't be done.
He made $5 million.
Concussions.
What about Lil Jordan Humphrey?
Got me, man. Put it this way: are these all Saints you're talking about?
Yeah.
If Sean Payton can't get anything out of him, then no one can get anything out of him. That's all you could say.
Oh, just wait for that W.
Yeah, it's going to be a
I'll
W.
go on record.
Only W the Saints are going to have is Winston's last name.
Hey, look, Braylon Edwards on record right now. The New Orleans Saints will have a better regular season record than the Los Angeles Rams, thus proving my point.
No, you're wrong.
No. Not gonna happen.
You had to think about it.
I had to think of the division.
Ain't gonna happen.
The Rams are
you guys don't even know what you're
the
missing.
Rams are arguably in the hardest division in football. So
Easily,
I had to think about it.
that's the
what I'm saying.
toughest
Yeah.
division.
That's why I had to think about that versus with the Saints. So based on that, I was like, well,
even if they
based
split
on my
that,
research,
they're 3-3. Then they split it. They win 3, they lose 3.
Yeah.
They're still gonna win 12 games minimum. Minimum.
But bigger point, all jokes aside.
Yeah.
Bigger point, it is.
If you mention the Jameis Winston and Saints, then it's not all jokes aside. You're still joking.
All jokes aside.
Okay.
Bigger picture here is, look, there's 32 teams in the National Football League. 15 of them are searching.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, 15, nearly half the league.
That's crazy.
I mean, nearly half the league has a different Week 1 starting quarterback than they did just 1 year ago. If that doesn't tell you how hard it is to find a quarterback, how difficult it is to stay with an organization, and now organizations aren't even saying, like, we're going to stick with you. They're going to get rid of you after a year if they have to.
I think also what it shows you, and correct me if I'm wrong, because you can speak to this, Maz, is it shows you the growth of the game. It shows you that the game has expanded. It's changed. Like, it shows you that you have – because back then, like, no quarterbacks – like, if you look at the 90s and the 2000s and the 80s, quarterbacks were the same year to year. You might switch maybe 3 quarterbacks here, 4, but quarterbacks were staying in there. But now I think it's because the game is growing. You look at how fast the edge rushers are, outside linebackers. You look at the game is moved. The running backs, they play dual. You play 4 wide receivers a lot. You need quarterbacks that can get outside the pocket a little bit. So I think everybody's searching for, like, there's no more just like a Tom Brady and a Peyton Manning. Like, those quarterbacks to a certain extent, they're almost extinct. So everybody's looking for that quarterback that can do both. You don't have to be as fast as a Kyler Murray, but you need to be able to run like Josh Allen. You need to be able to run like Herbert. And even Stafford is in that Tom Brady-esque kind of the last extinction. I think the game has changed, and you're seeing the growth of it. And that's why it's so hard to find a quarterback now, because guys aren't just standing in there like Kerry Collins and Jeff Hostetler.
Remember Jeff Hostetler?
I got something. I'm bringing his name up later.
Super Bowl.
I'm
Super Bowl champion.
87.
Oh, man.
I'm bringing his name up.
You know what?
90.
90,
I was going to say, I definitely remember that Super Bowl, but that was after.
87 was Phil Sims got hurt.
Phil Collins.
No, he did win 87 because Phil Sims got hurt.
Sims won 87. They
Sims
won Super Bowl.
I can
Super Bowl
feel
21, Phil Sims. Super Bowl 25, Jeff Hostetler.
So I was right.
No.
Oh, Lord.
You said, 90. I was.
Sims got hurt. Hostetler took over for him and
what I
beat the
said.
Buffalo Bills.
That's what I just said.
Well, you got the years wrong. That's all. Super Bowl 25.
Hogwash.
That's okay, buddy.
Hogwash.
I know you know what you're talking about.
That's what I'm talking
You're okay.
about.
All right.
Guys, all right. So we got the Week 1 power rankings as well. You won't be surprised where your NFL team here that resides in Detroit is on that list. Plus, guys, it's such a big part of the game now.
Man, chill out, too. Okay, we got something special
Oh,
for
my
that.
gosh. It's Man Chill Out
Yeah,
time.
man.
Oh, we're here for it.
Yeah, man.
Sorry, I'm so excited about the NFL. I can't stop.
And we have a super entry we're going to play for you guys. That somebody sent us in.
Oh, my gosh. It's Man Chill Out. I can't believe I'm getting ahead of myself.
There you
we
go.
better do it next. Emoni and Edwards. Woodward Sports Network.
I'm looking to bring on another HVAC tech right now.
We are recruiting 5 to 10 techs a month.
We're looking to grow and expand. Every new tech we hire is from Northwestern Tech.
The hands-on training is fantastic.
They're always my first call.
We love hiring Northwestern Tech grads.
They come out trained and ready to work.
Our program is only 10 and a half months, and our next classes are starting soon. So why wait?
I'm looking to hire
a graduate of Northwestern Tech. Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Oh, you know what? I forgot I didn't eat this anymore. Hey, look, are you trying to see the Lions play this Sunday, the 12th? Well, guess what? Here's how. And Woodward Sports, we're giving away 2 tickets to the Lions opener this Sunday, Sunday the 12th against the 49ers. All right, have you seen our Man Chill Out segment? Well, if you have, then you know what to do. Do a Man Chill Out video, your best Man Chill Out, your best version of what Maz, myself, and Emoni do every day. Do us a version, send it in, get it in by Friday the 10th, and if we like yours, if we choose yours, then you'll get 2 tickets to the game this Sunday, the 12th, against the 49ers. Where you send it to? At Woodward Sports, at Bottomline WSN, and this is because we love you. We're about to show you how to do a video if you're not sure. Cue it up.
So great. Just a quick deviation from the show. I see on Twitter, one of the money guys that I follow on Twitter writes, Ben Affleck was paid $10 million for Gone Girl, but when the director of the movie asked Ben to wear a Yankees cap, he refused, shutting production down for 4 days over the argument. Being from Boston and not being very professional as an actor, Ben refused.
Good for him.
Isn't that something?
I'm happy for him. I wouldn't wear a Red Sox hat.
So they settled on a Mets hat. How about that? Isn't that like the little thing? That's how much sports matter to people.
Yeah.
It just further proves how lucky I think I feel to get to do what I get to do.
No doubt,
because we're just all, at the end of the day, you grew up, I mean, you played, of course, but I mean, growing up, you were a fan.
I won't wear Ohio stuff.
Yeah.
I won't wear any of that.
You know, I mean, you're just a fan of things.
It's true sports hate.
Yeah, it is.
It's the best description for it.
It's great. All right, guys, now is the time of the show that we have dubiously named Man Chill Out.
You think it's funny?
Chill, Daddy.
Pack your bags, get the hell off. Now, do you understand what you did?
Daddy, chill.
What the hell is even that?
So last year during COVID, you know, when everybody was scrambling, trying to figure out what the hell to do. No one knew what to do. No one knew what to do in terms of working out, going out, making friends, kick it, etc. I think people knew what to do. They were just doing a little too much in excess. I met a friend because I started going live on Instagram. Like I started playing music and going live at nights and just, you know, going back and forth with other people. Like we'll go song for song.
Like Alan Almond Pillow Talk?
Yeah.
Oh, Alan Almond Pillow Talk. Stop.
Creating some friendships, some neighborhood, creating some community virtually, kind of as they were doing virtual music shows and concerts. So we just started doing that. We were talking about who was the best wrestlers, and we would just have all type of forums. And on one of the forums, I met a kid named Clay Fright. Clay goes to Colorado at Boulder, and we just stayed in touch. You know, we talk about sports. He's a fan of the show, and you know, we talk about music still.
What's up, Clay?
So Clay was tuned in as we talking about giving away tickets and talking about Man Chill Out. He decided to do his own version all the way from Boulder, Colorado.
Does Mama call him Clay?
I'm going to call him Clay. All the way from Boulder, Colorado. Here's Clay, and here's his Man Chill Out.
Clay Shaw.
This is how you do a Man Chill Out.
Clay Bertram.
What's up, Emoni, Braylon, and Maz? I'm tapping in from the beautiful University of Colorado in Boulder. This video is for all the people that are saying Baker Mayfield isn't the top 10 quarterback. Man, chill out. Baker is surrounded by not only the best running back in the league, but also has a top 5 wide receiver squad in Jarvis Landry, OBJ, in addition to Michigan's own Donovan Peoples-Jones. Baker has showed some elite numbers with at least 3,500 yards in each of his past 3 seasons and threw 26 touchdowns and only 8 picks last season. I expect an MVP caliber season from Baker this year.
Swish. Hey, hey, hey.
Yeah.
That is how you do it. That is how you do it, man. He has a future in this, man. He broke down some numbers. Sounded confident when he did it. That's a Man Chill Out.
Dude, that was great.
And he hit the shot.
Love that.
That's how you do it.
That's how you do it. Too bad he's not in Michigan, man. We can get him to the game.
I was going to say, you got the tickets, man, but he ain't here, so somebody else has to come through. Maz, would you like to start Man Chill Out today?
I'd love to.
I think it's your day for that.
You know what? My Man Chill Out is going back to yesterday when Derek Jeter was inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame. My favorite player. I don't hide it. I'm proud that he is. Michigan man, New Jersey man, just like me. Played for the New York Yankees. His dream. Wanted to play for Michigan. His dream. He should have been 100% unanimous voted in. There was one jerk that did not vote for him to get in. And I gave you his numbers yesterday. They're second to none. There's no reason that you should not vote for him. The only guy to get in lately on the unanimous was Mariano Rivera. But the jerk that did not say who his name was, by the way, that did not vote for Derek Jeter, well, Jeets yesterday wanted to thank everybody for voting him in. Check this out.
Thank you to the baseball writers, all but one of you, who voted for me.
There you go. There you go. Derek Jeter thanked everyone except for the one guy that didn't vote for him.
Can I just say one thing about
coward.
this? Can I say one thing about this? I legitimately believe whoever did not vote for him should have that vote revoked.
Yeah.
Like
Amen.
should have his vote taken away from him, because there is no other reason that you don't vote for Derek Jeter to be in the Hall of Fame other than you feel like you need to play God with the Baseball Hall of Fame. And not based on, and when you start voting on anything other than the credentials of what happens on the field, then you have lost your dignity. You have lost your right to cast a vote, in my opinion, for the Baseball Hall of Fame. Get them out of here.
Yeah, you can tell that those are some of those individuals that they've never been in a position of power and they've never had anything, and they now that they have this piece.
Like a little kid picked on at
exactly.
school or
Like they were a kid that kicked. Maybe it's the voter. Maybe it's someone giving out parking tickets or an officer. You can tell these people sometimes they get this little powder and they try to throw it around.
Yes.
And this is definitely a case of that. He has nothing against Derek Jeter. There's nothing you can have against Derek Jeter unless you're a Boston Sox fan, and even then you have to have respect for Derek Jeter's career. So sometimes little people, they do little things.
Yeah. That's just like these Twitter, these bullies. These people that bully people online. And you wouldn't say it to their face.
Yeah.
but
Get out
you
your mama's basement and see me in real life.
So Major League Baseball, Hall of Fame, make these guys accountable. Make sure they have their name on their ballots when they cast them. Hey, coward, man, chill out.
There you go.
There you go.
Braylon?
You know what? Ever since Matt Stafford left the Detroit Lions and has gone out to Los Angeles Rams, you've just heard this, you've seen this wave of promotion from the media side of things, from Sports Illustrated, ESPN, to writers, to football analysts. Pro Football Talk has come out and say everybody's now on this Los Angeles Rams bandwagon to get to the Super Bowl. Peter King said Peter King is higher on the Rams than just about any analyst I've seen, picking the Rams to win the Super Bowl, and Matthew Stafford as MVP, Offensive Player of the Year with 6,000 yards passing. Stafford MVP in Super Bowl. We talked about that yesterday. That was Peter King's take on it. Pro Football Talk Weekly also came out and said that they have the Rams to go to the Super Bowl. I'm tired of all these people all of a sudden being on the Rams bandwagon because Matt Stafford's there. They're going to the Super Bowl. Is he that much better than Jared Goff with the team that they already had in place? Is he that much better where he can take you back to a Super Bowl? Is he that much better? Ask yourself that. Look what Matt Stafford did here in Detroit. Like, yes, he has more weapons, but he still doesn't have a running back. He still doesn't have a proving running game. And that is a passing conference. That is a high-scoring conference. And it is the best conference, the division, talking about the NFC West. That's a tough division to play in. And he's going to get out of that and go to the Super Bowl. Man, chill out.
Man, chill out. Chill out, man. All right, gang. We talked about it yesterday. We knew it was going to happen today. Less than 24 hours after United Wholesale Mortgage announced that they were going to endorse or sign endorsement deals with 133 Michigan State student athletes on the men's basketball and football teams, that there was going to be some pushback because they did not have any deals with any women's team.
Man, was there some pushback.
So it's $500 a month, $6,000 a year for every player on the men's basketball and football team. That comes out to about 133 players. That United Wholesale Mortgage, by the way, had to personally call. You just don't call the athletic department and say, I want to do this, and then the athletic department says, okay. They literally had to speak with all 133 members of those teams to make sure that it was okay, that they would have participation. And it took about a month to do. There are 900 plus student athletes if you account all teams and all genders in all sports at Michigan State University. 2 lawmakers have come out and have just ripped UWH, United Wholesale Mortgage, UWM. And I just, look, Matt Ishbia is trying to do something nice. He's trying to hold, he's trying to help these student athletes along. And what he knows is basketball and football. Those are the guys he knows. He's played basketball. He's trying to do something nice for these guys. And he's being called out for it. And I think it's completely wrong. One of the things, and he was very diplomatic yesterday, he said, I invite other companies to come on in, and if they want to sponsor the girls, please do so. And maybe down the road, when we see how this goes, I'll grab the women's basketball team, or I'll do this, or I'll do that. But you've got to start somewhere. So to anybody out there who is pulling the rug out from under Matt Ishbia and United Wholesale Mortgage's feet right now, because they're not sponsoring all 900 plus athletes at Michigan State. Maz, Braylon, do you know what I say to them? Man, chill out.
Yeah, 100%. With the state that we live in society right now, and especially in America, is everything is black and white. Everything is gender equality. And there are some lapses in those areas. There's some bad lapses in them. So it's easy to, when anything comes up, resort to, oh, this is gender inequality. Oh, this has something to do with racism. That's not always the case. And with this, Matt Ishbia, he didn't reach out to 900 players right away. He wanted to get it off the ground, see how it goes. Let's call a spade a spade. What makes money in college?
Football and basketball.
Football and basketball is what makes you the money. You're able to get more money through sponsors and through endorsements and through boosters because of those programs, to get more scholarships, to have more money for other programs, to entice other sports to come there. If I play baseball and I'm like, oh, I see what Michigan is doing. Even though I play baseball, I'm going to Michigan because of the football, the basketball. I see what they're doing. I see the money that they're putting out on the line. So that's kind of how it does in Michigan State. So they got to stop making it always about the gender inequality. And like you said, there's other sponsors. You know, as opposed to going loud on Twitter, etc., why don't you go to other sponsors and say, hey, you know what? Why don't you put some money in the women's basketball program? Because Michigan State used to be good at one point. Why don't you put some money in the track or the swimming and the diving, or, make sure it's equal. But it starts off one way, and that will bring in money, and that will bring in other sponsors. I think they rushed that tweet. I wish they rushed that judgment to go after Ishbia and UWM.
Man, you nailed it, Braylon.
They went after too soon.
It's a rush judgment.
It was a rush.
Let's
be the first ones to say something about it.
Yes.
Come on.
Man, killed it.
As a brother of 4 sisters and a father of 3 daughters, I love women's sports.
Yeah, I do too.
My kids play. They're not going to play in college. They're going to play intramural. Listen, I watch the women's Final Four in basketball. If there's a women's hockey game on, if I'm changing the channel, I'll watch it. I represent.
I love women's
Team USA, women's track. You said it.
Yeah, women's track, diving. Yeah.
I'm all for women getting paid. If somebody wants to pay them, step up and pay them. Let me go to Florida. Florida Atlantic. Guess who's sponsoring women's athletics there? None other than the NHL's Florida Panthers. They are paying women's sports at Florida Atlantic. Over 200 people, 200 athletes in Florida Atlantic paid by the Florida Panthers. So there you go. Maybe the Red Wings, maybe someone else, the Pistons step up and chip in and pay women's athletics across the board. Not time yet. Like he said, it's too early. Let this breathe.
Here's the deal, if I can jump back in on this, because I think it's a fascinating topic, because anytime you try to make an argument for something, it almost feels like you have to knock the other thing that you're talking against down. And I'm not saying that.
I don't even think it's a knockdown. It's logical. It's factual.
I too am the father of a daughter. I love women's sports. I hate that you can't do something for just the men for once.
It's like the middle child.
You know what I mean?
It's the middle child saying, why do they get that? Why does she get that? I'm not getting anything.
Do you know the commitment that United Wholesale Mortgage is making to Michigan State athletics $32 million, by the way, on a separate donation to Michigan State's athletic program, which, by the way, encompasses women's sports.
Correct.
Right. Get them right.
You know,
Get 'em.
like at some point, people there's no in the middle anymore on anything.
Yeah.
You should commend Matt Ishbia and everybody there
because he's getting the ball started
for doing this, for being a leader in this.
I think you're getting the ball started. At the end of the day, I don't want to make it a man and woman thing, and the women have to support the women.
But
and men.
They did.
Is at the same time, shoot, Jeff Bezos' ex-wife, where's her money to women's sports? There are a ton of 100-millionaire females out there. I mean, you look at Bezos' wife. There are a ton of billion. I was gonna say Melinda. There are a ton of billionaires. There are a ton of people that can help. I just say it was rushed in terms of their judgment, because if they take their time and you can lobby to any of them and say, hey, let's put some money into Michigan State women's volleyball or Michigan State women's basketball or softball, etc. It was time to get with him and say, hey, you got this going. Is there any way that we can potentially start something else for the women?
This is just such a great thing for Michigan State athletics. I cannot believe that it took less than 24 hours for somebody to put
a black eye on it.
Exactly. It just makes me upset, and that's coming from two Michigan guys, by the way.
Exactly.
I believe we do have him on the line. He is the leadership coach at United Wholesale Mortgage. We are going to talk to Mateen Cleaves 30 seconds from now. Going to take a break. We'll be right back. Mateen Cleaves up next.
Tony is a third-generation logger that has a simple, practical approach to life and work. That's why his Coast DX342 knife is perfect for him. The stainless steel blade is rust-resistant and made for all-weather use. And the double roll-lock safety ensures that it will never inadvertently close when he doesn't want it to. That's why Coast is trusted tough.
Morning, Art. Morning, D-Mac.
All right, we are back here on Woodward Sports Network. Ryan Emoni, Braylon Edwards, Tom Mazaway.
Sorry, man.
Oh, yeah.
I was on the email.
I know you're trying.
I'm sorry.
You're working hard.
Can you start
over
again?
there.
Wait, start again. Ready?
Right back on Woodward Sports. Emoni and Edwards with Tom Mazaway. Having some fun here on a Thursday. The NFL does get going tonight. We are very excited about that, and we're very excited to chat with Mateen Cleaves. He's the leadership coach at United Wholesale Mortgage. We're going to get to him in just 1 second. It is my understanding. Do we have him, Alex, or we don't have him yet? Okay. We have him. We're trying to get the camera working. So he's on the line, but we're trying to get the camera working, which is interesting here with this board and all of these great things, Braylon. It's different than a radio show.
It is. There are a lot of moving parts. There are a lot of moving parts, but Alex and Fish, they do a great job, as well as Maz on the audio. They do a great job. So, can't wait to get him on. Actually, man, big fan of Mateen. I've known him for a long time. I know you guys feel like I call everybody big brother, but that's when you grow up, and you have access to players, you have access, and people extend their time and their knowledge to you, it's no problem in calling these individuals big brother, from my brother-in-law to Mateen Cleaves to, Brady Quinn's my little brother. Like, I think when people use that term brother, it refers to the respect that you have for another individual, as well as you have either been there or you're there and you're, going through it together. So.
And it doesn't matter that he went to Michigan State and you went to Michigan. It's like
it matters.
Well, it does.
But it doesn't.
It does, but you share this unique bond that only so many people will ever get to experience in your life as big-time college athletes, championship athletes. He won a national championship. You won a Big Ten championship. I mean,
not the same.
It's not. But at the end of the day, you did win a championship, and your teams are linked forever.
Yeah, teams are linked forever, and Michigan.
When you win a championship, I'm saying that brotherhood lasts forever.
It does. It puts you in like a different stratosphere. The different conversation. You can, as a person that just played the game, but then as a person that won, he's won the Big Ten title. I've won the Big Ten title. He's won multiple Big Ten titles. I've won multiple Big Ten titles. So it just relates to great conversation, man, and, you know, to be at that level and to reach back to help, you know, a young brother out, especially that went to Michigan. I didn't go to Michigan State. Mo Pete is another good friend of mine, and Charlie Bell. I actually know Charlie Bell probably the best out of the Flintstones and that national championship team. We hung out a lot together in Miami, and just, you know, whenever he's in town, great bowler. As well as
I didn't realize
Pete's another bowler.
I didn't realize Braylon Edwards, you were the biggest bowler of them all.
Hey man,
how many 300 games did you bowl?
I got 2 300s under my belt.
Stop.
Nah, it's not just. So what happens in sport, especially football? I know basketball guys bowl. Football guys I think bowl more, but basketball guys are good too. Is you have so much downtime, and a good way to just, you know, do something, relax and chill during the week and not do too much, but keep some camaraderie, is go bowling with teammates, bowling with family in the off season. Like when I was holding out is when I actually learned how to bowl. All I would do when I was holding out before I signed my deal with the Browns in 2005, I would work out 6 in the morning, 7 in the morning, and then I would leave and I would go to actually around the corner, Hartford Lanes, right there in Berkeley. I would bowl from probably noon to 3, and that's how I learned how to bowl. Yep.
No way.
Nah.
Weren't you? This is a stupid question, but again, king of stupid questions. Weren't you ever worried about like your shoulder?
Athletes don't worry about stuff like that. I take that back. Football players,
because like I will go bowling once in a great while, and I'll wake up the next morning. I'll be like, oh.
I think that's the one difference between football players and other sports. Other sports are more mindful. Professional sports talking. They're more mindful of hurting themselves. Like basketball players, they won't do anything but basketball.
Mm-hmm.
Like in, you know, maybe some softball, some fun stuff, but they don't do anything but basketball and work out on basketball. Hockey players, golf. Mm-hmm. Hockey players do a lot of golf and hanging out. Basketball players, nothing but basketball. That's all you're getting out of. Football players, we don't care. Like football players are extreme sports and motorcycles and playing basketball in the off season and going bowling, and you know, football players just didn't care as much when I was playing as other sports.
That is fantastic. All right, guys, we're going to take a break. Come right back. Emoni and Edwards.
Bottom line, Woodward Sports.
Welcome to the Call Sam Chopper Shop, where you can win a custom-built chopper while helping our veterans at the same time.
Watch as the Bad Pig Custom Team turns this bike into a one-of-a-kind classic chopper.
And when it's finished, we'll be donating the bike to Volunteers of America, Michigan to raffle off in support of our vets.
A great cause to give back to those who've given so much.
Watch for Call Sam Chopper Shop episodes on our social media channels and get your raffle ticket today at callsam.com/chopper shop.
Guys, let's be honest here. We like simple stuff, right? Like football 5 days a week is all we're asking. I mean, come on, let's go. And we like things uncomplicated, like Lady Jane's haircuts for men. Walk in, sign in, sit down, and before you know it, you are handsome and clean. Get to Lady Jane's, open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It is wicked awesome.
I can vouch for you. They actually do a good job. Because I've seen you get a wash, get a trim,
now, I didn't
get a
one
cut.
today, but
I'm telling you, man, they do a good job. Very professional. They take care of us here. Well, they haven't taken care of me yet. My boy Tay West gets me right. But I may have to try it out one time. I mean, you look good. Why can't I?
Thanks. This is as good as it gets. I'm not going to look any better than this ever. It's just what I'm stuck with. Guys, let's bring him in. He is a crucial member, integral member of the 2000 National Championship team for the Michigan State Spartans. Tom Izzo's first national championship. He is now a leadership coach at United Wholesale Mortgage. It is our pleasure to bring in Mr. Mateen Cleaves. Mateen, how you doing, sir?
Gentlemen, what's happening? How's it going?
Mateen, what's up, big bro?
Brady, what's up, man? How you?
I'm doing good, man. It's good to hear your voice, man. Side note before I get off track, my boy Primetime told me to tell you what's up. My boy David over there that you work with, Dave Jackson. Primetime told me to tell you what's going on.
Oh, that's my guy. I had to give him the nickname. The dude walks around here with a swagger, man. I had to change his name.
Prime time. That is him. That is definitely him.
Hey, Mateen.
Happy belated birthday, by the way, too.
Yeah, 2 days ago on the 7th. Happy birthday,
happy
man.
Belated.
We're all getting older here, Mateen.
Yes. Yes, for sure.
Well, I can't thank you enough for joining us, Mateen. The first question I want to ask you, Mateen, is about United Wholesale Mortgage and what Matt Ishbia is created over there, and the talent that you guys have over there, the fun that you have over there, the business that you have over there, and just the fact that you guys are killing it. Tell me about the vibe, the atmosphere, and what it's like to work there and work with Matt Ishbia.
Let me tell you, some days I feel bad about getting paid for this. I do. Because, we are, man, doing some good stuff, and we're having fun doing it. We got a group of, hard-working people, but we're having a lot of fun doing it. And it starts, and Brandon can appreciate this. When you have, like, the top player or your best player that's just a good guy, a hard worker, they embodies everything that it takes to be successful, but yet they're good people. That's what we have here at UWM, and it starts with Matt. Matt, he sets the precedent, he sets the tone, and it just trickles down to everybody else, man. But Matt is so humble. He cares about everybody else. He never takes credit for anything. He has everybody's back. So Matt has created this environment. You got to give him all the credit because it starts with him, and he won't take the credit, so I got to give it to him when I can, when he's not around. But he's the best, man, and he's, you'll come in, you'll run through a brick wall for somebody like that.
Mateen, did you realize when you were teammates with him that he was going to do something special with his life? Can you tell that when you're teammate, when you're hanging around as a 20-year-old kid?
Oh, yeah, I knew he was going to go on and be a billionaire for sure. No, I didn't know he was going to do that. I don't know if he knew it, okay? But he did. Some people have that it factor. And he had it, he was, and then the thing I love about Matt was, back then, even in 1998 when I first met him, Matt had to work 10 times harder than everybody else on our team just to be a part of the team. But he did it every day, man, and he brought a toughness and a hard-working mentality to practice every day that made us all better. So he just had all the intangibles that, he was going to be successful, whether it was coaching, whether it was business, whether it was sports. Whatever he touched, he'll be successful at it because he's willing to do whatever it takes to be successful at it.
Yeah, big bro, hearing that environment, I'm talking to Primetime or AKA Dave, listen to yourself. I know a couple other people that work over there. The atmosphere almost sounds like Wolf of Wall Street. Minus the illegal stuff, but it just seems like very fun, like Wolf of Wall Street. But get into some of that leadership stuff. Talk about, because I've done a talk or two. Speaking of corporations, I spoke to GM once, and I spoke to Nike one time. But just talking about being in a leadership point, like how do you carve out your talk, your speak? How do you carve out your spill or like your stick that works for you that kind of bridges sport with working with United Wholesale Mortgage and the people that work for under you?
That's a great question. Brad. And what you have to do, you cater it to different folks. But at the end of the day, I tell people, don't make this leadership thing harder than what it really is. It's not. And as a leader, man, if you show genuine care for people and you really want to help people and see people grow, then that's the foundation of being a great leader. Now, learning a job function, that's all about being professional. But as far as leading people, it's not how smart you are. Because a coach, he can have the best player in the world ever invented. But the players got to go execute that. So you have to get the buy-in from the players. And once you get the buy-in, man, I'm telling you, you have a special group. So it starts with leadership, man. And it's all about being selfless and making it all about your team members, family members. Like we don't do, and when I was at Michigan State, we won a national championship because we had a family. We looked at each other on our team as brothers, and I'm sure you did the same thing with the great teams you had, Brady, at Michigan and in the NFL. But we looked at each other as brothers, man, and that's what we have here at UWM. We have a group of people with that same mentality, but it starts with leadership. And my main message to our leaders is don't make this thing harder than what it really is. Genuinely care about people and and be selfless and help others and work hard, and you'll be successful at it.
Well, after hearing that speak by you, shoot, leave that door open over there. You're not wholesale mortgage. You know, I have some free time during the week. Last quick question.
Hey, be careful. What are you doing to me?
Hey, I have some free time. I get over a little bit. No, but they actually have a employee only party I heard about today at the parking lot. I know some stuff. No, but last question I'll be remiss if I ask you, and I hope I don't steal this from Maz, is you see the way in which player-coach relationships are going, how they're not allowed to be as vocal or use harsh words or touch or grab. You saw what happened to your former coach and future Hall of Famer, Tom Izzo, with the player that he grabbed, and the cancel culture tried to go after him. I see Maz looking at me. I hope I didn't take it from you, Maz.
No, you're good.
What do you think about that instance? And then you see the thing that happened that went viral with Trent Dilfer on the high school coach on the sideline with the player. What do you think about the culture that we're in right now, the society? Is that too much? Is that going to go away and never come back? Or are people making too much of it and it's here to stay?
Well, you know what? I'm actually worried about it because, as a coach, it's your job to bring the best out of your teammates. That's your job. It's your job to hold team members accountable, okay? And nowadays, if you're holding somebody accountable, that's too hard. You don't do that. And especially now with our athletes these days, they're being catered to so much. They're being treated like superstars before they even hit puberty. Yeah. So it's like now, if you hold one of them accountable, you don't do that. And I'm a little nervous and afraid where we're going with this, because I might be the old dude, the old ex-athlete on the phone right now. But I just hope we do something. Yeah, man, you gotta be able to hold people accountable. And I'm raising a son. I got a 12-year-old that plays sports, and I'm on him. I get him. I love him. I show him tender love and care every day. He know I love him, but I hold him highly accountable. And he said, "Why are you so hard on me?" I said, "Because the world is going to be 10 times harder on you, So I'm trying to prepare him for that. And we need to sit back. Like Coach Izzo, they blew that. He grabbed the kid's jersey, man. Come on. Like, where are we going with this, So I guess I'm a little more old school. I like it. I like coaches that hold players accountable. But yet, people don't understand Coach Izzo sitting up at 2 in the morning talking to you about life, or coming to your dorm room, or hanging out with you and showing you that he really do care about you. Yeah, he can scream at me and hold me highly accountable, and I don't have a problem with it. Why? Because I know he loves me. I know he cares about me just like a parent. I never take it personal. So that's the side people don't see. They just want to talk about whatever. Oh, he hollered at a kid. Man, come on, man. Come on. We got to get back to letting these coaches hold these players accountable.
And Mateen, to follow up on that too, show me a former player that says that Tom Izzo didn't make him a better person, and I think you might be looking for a while. So what you're saying is absolutely correct, and I couldn't agree more with you. I wanted to get to this though, Mateen. United Wholesale Mortgage is signing an endorsement deal, essentially $500 a month, $6,000 a year for 133 athletes at Michigan State. I think this changes the game for Michigan State. Always an upper echelon university, but this is going to put Michigan State even more so at the forefront when it comes to recruiting battles around the country. I don't think there's any other way you could see it. Talk to me about how this went down. And as I heard Matt Ishbia say, you guys had to physically speak with all 133 players on those teams. Is that true?
Oh yeah, and let me say this first, because I know Braylon. He had, we gotta be a little. I'm happy for these kids now, but I'm a little jealous, man. I wanted to ask Matt, can I get some back pay, man? Come on, like what's going?
Mateen,
I want to get paid.
Mateen, we joke, and I don't even think it's a joke. I have said I think if this was around when Braylon Edwards was still playing at Michigan, and heck, when you were at Michigan State,
you know how many jerseys, jerseys they had when he played.
You guys are $1 million players. Literally, you would be $1 million a year player.
And the thing I said, Mateen, is, and I want you to comment on that. But the thing that I said is, coming from Michigan State, Michigan, Notre Dame, certain schools that do it the right way, certain schools that, you bring in a certain class of kid and you educate them a certain way with a Lloyd, with the Tom Izzo, with Lou Holtz back in the day. Like, we would have made more money because, one, we played 4 years. Two, we were a different class of kids, though. We were intelligent. We was bright. We knew how to play the game. Like, we was good representation. We were, we still are, a good representation of these institutions. Like, they don't account for that type of money.
Yeah, that's true.
We would have had big bucks.
100%. You're 100% right. But let me answer the question. But I think it was with us. Yes, we actually had to talk to each individual kid. So it was a lot of work behind this. And and once again, you got to take your hat off to Matt, because he called me and he said, "Yeah, I got an idea. I want to. What can we do to help these kids out now that they can benefit, off their likeness and things like that?" And he came up with an idea, and I was like, "Great!" I was down in Michigan State the next day. I'm talking to these kids, trying to make it happen, and kudos to them. If you get to that level, you work hard, you deserve it. But at the end of the day, what we really want people to understand, though, it wasn't for us by no means. And I explained that to the kids when I talked to them. I said, "This is not us trying to benefit off of your name or benefit off of you. This is us giving back. We found now it's legally where we can give back and help out our family members, and that's what we're doing." So that was the whole focus behind this whole thing, not for UWM to benefit, but to help the kids. That was our whole focus.
Hey, Mateen, can we keep you a couple more minutes? I got a 30-second pause. Do you
have
a couple? Okay,
let's
great.
Go, baby.
30-second pause. Back with Mateen Cleaves. Coming up next, Emoni and Edwards.
On the bottom line, Woodward Sports.
Okay, you thirsty little spin goblins. I want you to pedal into the next dimension. Spin it! Spin! Spin! Uh-oh! Carmen's falling behind. Let's give her the hiss of shame. Spin! Spin! Spin till you bleed!
Don't ride the bike of shame. Come to Planet Fitness and find your own lane with tons of equipment, free fitness training, and no hissing. Join today for just $10 a month.
Hey gang, it's Maz. I wanted to tell you Levels in Centerline is now open. Come experience the next level in cannabis on Sherwood between 9 and 10 Mile. Download their app today. Start collecting points so you can level up. Search Enjoy Levels in Apple or the Google Play Store. Make sure when you stop by Levels, you tell them Woodward Sports sent you.
Right back here, bottom line, Woodward Sports Network. Ryan Emoni, Braylon Edwards, Tom Mazaway. We are. It is our pleasure to be joined by Mateen Cleaves. He's a leadership coach now at United Wholesale Mortgage that just did sponsorship deals and endorsement deals, or NIL deals, I guess we'll call them.
That's the easy way to do it.
We're all still trying to get used to this with 133 players, student athletes at Michigan State University. And Mateen, for as great as that is, it seems like, and this is just the way it is in the times we're living in right now, but you can't do anything nice for anybody without, trying to have the carpet pulled out from under you, too. A couple of lawmakers said,
cancel culture,
a couple of lawmakers come out and make make a harsh statement, against United Wholesale Mortgage because all 900 athletes at Michigan State were not included. I guess, how do you guys respond to that? And I know Matt Ishbia said, you know what, look, maybe down the line, great, we could look at this, but this is just a start, and you invite other companies to come join you, and maybe everybody take a team or something like that. But how do you respond to that, Mateen? Because I almost feel like the minute you do it, you're going to get some sort of backlash because, again, you can't do anything nice anymore for anybody.
So almost like, what was the plan they had in place? Because I'm pretty sure, you don't come up with an idea like this and not have something in play for the reactions of other people.
Right, exactly. Well, you know it's going to be reaction, and people are going to poke at it. At the end of the day, man, our whole focus was to get the ball rolling.
Yes.
All right? Now, the last time I checked, Matt Ishbia is not the only successful person that went to Michigan State, you know, and it's plenty of other people out there that own businesses. So hopefully we can spearhead others getting involved, and we can take care of everybody. Right now, we just wanted to get the ball rolling, and that was our way. We knew we had relationships with the football team. Matt is really good friends with Coach Tucker. I'm really good friends with Coach Tucker. Matt is really good friends with Coach Izzo. I'm really good friends with. I mean, we're all family. You know, we all hang out and talk all the time. So that was our relationship. And once again, I'm good friends with the softball coach. I'm good friends with the volleyball coach, women's volleyball, women's basketball. So we're good friends with all of them. So right now, we just had to get the ball rolling. Okay?
I'm glad.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, Mateen, I'm glad you said that, because I think you put it in perspective like that. You know, that's an $800,000 a year commitment to already 130. Why is that Matt Ishbia's responsibility to do that alone by himself?
With everybody.
You know, I mean, it kind of frustrates me.
Care.
And I got nothing to do with it.
Hey, we understand people are going to say things, man. It is what it is. Social media is giving everybody a platform, and we get that. But when people really understand the why behind it, it was to get the ball rolling and help kids. All right? It's so many other people that can jump on board. And, hey, come on, let's take it to the next level. I mean, Matt donated $32 million to Michigan State. I wonder if people forgot about that. But he's such a class act. In his interview, in his press conference, he said he hoped he's not the top guy. He hopes somebody come in and double that. You know, that's what it's about. Matt is taking a step of leadership and I think kind of setting the tone for others to come on board. And that's what we're doing, man. You know, we didn't. Our intention was not to belittle no other team or anything like that. It was like, hey, let's get the ball rolling, and once we get the ball rolling, we'll figure out, you know, maybe how to take care of everybody. But you got to get the ball rolling.
Mateen Cleaves joins us, of course, national champ with Michigan State, #1 draft pick back in the day with the Detroit Pistons. Only 1 year here. Wish we could have had you a little bit longer. But I'll keep it to sports here, Mateen. What happened with Emoni Bates? I mean, here he was. Tom Izzo, he promised he was going to come here, winds up going to Penny Hardaway at Memphis. How does that impact Michigan State, and do you blame the kid?
No, first of all, we just keep it moving. That's what great programs do. I mean, it is what it is, and I don't blame the kid. I mean, you got to do what you think best for you. This is probably the most important decision you're going to make in your life. All right, so we're not. Emoni, he's a good kid. I met his father, I met his family. Good people. I wish the best for him. You know, we don't take it personal. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, you have to do what's best for you. Now, me, you know, I wish, and it's just in my little world, I wish he would have stayed in state. You know, when you're such a great player like he is, you're only gonna go to school for a few months. All right, you're gonna live probably in Michigan the rest of your life when you finish playing. You know, so, hey, you go to Michigan State, but stay in state. That's just me. Yeah. But then again, as being a player, I get it. Do whatever you think best for you. So I'm going to support him wherever he go. You know, I would have loved to see him in the green and white, obviously, but I'm going to support the kid wherever he goes. He's from Michigan. We love him.
How do you think he got away from this state? Juwan Howard, I mean, he's bringing a lot of talent over to Ann Arbor. The kid lives near Ann Arbor. How the heck did he get out of there?
Man, we'll rack our brains, man, and pass out trying to figure out how he got away. I've
been scratching my head for the past month and a half.
Yeah, it could be something as little as his dad is a Penny Hardaway fan. Yeah. You know what I mean? Who knows, right, man? I'm telling you, it's sometimes it's little stuff like that, you know. But Penny I respect Penny. I respect his program. I respect what Penny's doing in Memphis, you know. But like I said, just me being a Michigander, and I'm a little biased towards us. I wish he would have, you know, stayed in the state. If you don't come to Michigan State, go to Michigan. Juwan Howard has, I mean, NBA background and great relationships with everybody else as well. So that's just my world. But at the end of the day, the kid has to do his best for him because he's the one who's going to have to live with that decision.
Last one, Mateen. What do you got for Mel Tucker and the Michigan State Spartan football team this year? Great win last Friday night. My man Alex Bayer in the booth here is a big Michigan State fan, went there as a student. What can we expect out of the Spartans?
Oh, man. Hey, we going to compete. That's one thing I love about Mel Tucker, man. I went up there and I've been watching a few practices, man. That's the main thing he's trying to get over them guys. I need dogs, and I want you to compete. And he brings that mentality to every practice and everything that he does. If it's a practice, it's a meeting, whatever it is. So I'm on board with Mel Tucker, man. I got his back. Whatever we can do to help support him to get that program to the next level, that's what we're doing. So Mel Tucker, man, that's the guy for it. We got his back. We're going to do some special things this year and years to come.
Mateen Cleaves, we cannot thank you for your time. It is an absolute pleasure to speak with you this afternoon, and continued success for you. Hopefully we can do it again down the road. Very enjoyable for us. Thank you so much.
Yeah, let me say this before I get off. I love your show, love what you guys do. But Brandon, that's my guy. People are like, how does Michigan and Michigan State guys get along?
My guy,
I was a fan of watching him, when he played, because he played the right way. But you very rarely meet a guy that's great in what they do, but just as great as a person. And I fell in love with Brady on the field watching him play, but when I met him, I'm like, this is my little brother for life. I love this guy.
Yeah, man, same, man. I cheer for man. I appreciate that, man. Same for him. I never liked Michigan State in terms of, against Michigan, but I always cheered for Michigan State when he was playing. I was happy they won, man. I was scared against Florida, man. With the Teddy Dupay with the cheap stuff. But you know what I'm saying? Classy guys win it in, man. The hell with Teddy Dupay.
I was ready to
start. Take it easy. Yeah.
Mateen Cleaves, can't thank you enough. Thank you, sir. We appreciate it.
All right. All love, guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Right back at you. How great is that? And you were saying the same thing
100%.
About Mateen Cleaves off air to us. I mean, there are just those certain people that transcend, in my opinion, who you root for. Like, I always grew up rooting for Michigan. Yeah. Okay, that was and then I ultimately went to school there. I was a University of Michigan guy. But there are those people. Every now and again, I feel like Sean Respert was one of them at Michigan State. Mateen Cleaves.
Respert, nice.
Mateen Cleaves is one of them. Steve Smith,
Smith, great guy.
T.J. Duckett.
Tico, him and his brother
Tico Duckett. T.J. Duckett. Some of the what's his? Oh my God! Growing up, number 35. Oh my gosh, running back for Michigan State.
Cedric Irwin.
Lorenzo White. I loved Lorenzo White as a kid. Sorry for the brain fart. But there are those certain athletes that come along that transcend who you root for, and you root for them too. And Mateen Cleaves is one of them.
And even deeper than that, I think it's a level of the Big Ten. I think Big Ten has just good people. I mean, with the exception of one school, I think all the people in the Big Ten they're good people. They're intelligent, they're nice, they're classy. And even bigger, the state of Michigan. Like, I don't like Notre Dame, but the Michigan players, like Michigan State, born in the state of Michigan and go to Notre Dame, they're good people. I don't like Ohio State. The people that are from Michigan that go to Ohio State, they're good people. So something about Michigan and the Big Ten, it's just a great class of good people.
Absolutely. So enjoyable. Braylon Maz, I'd like to do something. I'd like to test a theory of mine.
We need a chemistry set?
Well, it's going to be – I should wear a lab coat for this next, but I have a theory regarding NFL success. I'm going to give you that theory of NFL success, and we're going to try to actively, in real time, go through it. I'm going to let you know how many teams have the ability to win the Super Bowl this year.
And we have our picks coming
I'm excited.
And our Super Bowl picks.
I know mine.
We'll do it next.
Me too.
Emoni and Edwards.
On the bottom line.
Opa, introducing Papa Romano's new Greek pizza, a tasty blend of bold Greek flavors and Mediterranean toppings, including feta cheese and Greek dressing. Get a large Greek pizza for a limited time for $16.99. Order now at paparomanos.com.
Make sure you download the Woodward Sports app in the App Store and the Google Play Store today. Take Woodward Sports with you wherever you go and listen live on your phone or mobile device.
Hey everybody, it's Maz. Want to get an advantage on your sports book? Of course you do. You start tonight, all right? It's the Cowboys and the Buccaneers. You need to download BetQL right now. The only app you'll need to make a smart bet. BetQL's best bet computer model scans 350,000 unique bets per year to give you the best recommendation for who you should bet and why you should bet it. Plus, their platform's got all the data and analytics you need. Head to the App Store or Google Play Store right now. Download BetQL to get started. Enter the discount code WSN at checkout. Get 25% off anything of their subscription offerings. Make sure to check out their special offer in the video description to get you free year of BetQL. Don't miss out on the chance to beat your sportsbook this football season. BetQL.
It is my belief, gentlemen, that in order to win a Super Bowl in the National Football League, you either need one of two things.
Okay.
You need a quarterback on a rookie deal.
Right.
Or you need a quarterback that is a Hall of Famer or a future Hall of Famer.
Duh.
You cannot have a quarterback in purgatory. And what I mean when I say purgatory, I say there are 13 teams in the NFL that have no shot to win a Super Bowl this year because they have a quarterback that they're paying, a quarterback that is neither on a rookie contract or a future Hall of Famer.
Okay.
Would you like me to share those teams?
Break that down.
Here. There's 13 quarterbacks that have 13 quarterbacks on 13 teams that have no chance to win the Super Bowl. No chance.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Yeah.
Ryan Fitzpatrick, Washington.
No chance.
Jimmy G in San Francisco.
No chance.
Ooh.
Jameis Winston, New Orleans.
No chance.
Derek Carr, Las Vegas.
No chance.
Matt Ryan, Atlanta.
No chance.
Kirk Cousins, Minnesota.
Small chance.
Dak Prescott in Dallas.
Big chance.
Big chance. Okay, I'll
Big
circle
chance.
that. Ryan Tannehill, I have a question
Small
mark
chance.
next to. Small, yeah, I don't
Small
know. I'm
chance.
going
I
to
like
Kansas.
them.
Carson Wentz.
You can't disrespect what Tennessee has done the last 2 years.
You can't disrespect.
So, yes, small chance.
You can.
No, you
okay,
can't.
small. I'll put a little dash next to him.
We'll talk
Carson
about
Wentz,
that.
Indianapolis.
No way.
Hell no.
Jared Goff, Detroit.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Teddy Bridgewater, Denver.
No.
No.
Andy Dalton, Chicago.
No, hell no.
Tyrod Taylor, Houston.
No.
Okay.
Poor bastard.
Yeah.
So we'll keep two quarterbacks on that list. Dak.
How do you disrespect
and
Tannehill? They went to
I'm not disrespecting them. I just don't think they have a chance. That's too hard
Okay,
of it.
you know what? You're
They
right.
can't get out of that league.
I digress.
They can't
Okay.
get out.
So we'll cross Tannehill off
Okay.
then, okay? And maybe circle Dak.
So
But
now,
I don't.
now with
He ain't
this,
getting out either.
Are you saying with this they can't get to the Super Bowl, or
No,
they
I'm saying
can't
win the Super
whole
Bowl.
Okay,
win the Super Bowl.
You can
Okay.
scratch Dak.
Yeah, okay, I'm going to scratch Dak too. So there's 13
No, you
teams
scratch
that
Dak?
cannot win the Super Bowl. Okay, now there's 12 quarterbacks playing the year 2021 on a rookie deal. All right?
All right.
And I'll tell you right now, these quarterbacks aren't winning the
90% will not.
Okay, 90%. There is one on here that has a chance.
Stafford.
Daniel Jones.
Out.
Tua.
No.
Joe Burrow.
No.
Herbert.
No.
Kyler Murray.
No.
Baker Mayfield.
No.
Zach Wilson.
No, not yet.
Trevor Lawrence.
Nope.
Mac Jones.
No.
Jalen Hurts.
No.
Sam Darnold.
No way.
Playing on his rookie
this is to
contract
win
in
this year.
2021 this year.
No chance for those guys.
Lamar Jackson.
No chance.
Baltimore.
So you saying ever? Are you saying ever or
No,
just
no,
this
just
year?
this
Okay,
year.
Okay.
This year.
Okay.
This year.
Gotcha.
No.
So you're saying no for Baltimore?
I say no.
Yeah.
Okay.
For Baltimore, not with the Chiefs and the Browns.
Okay.
They won't win their division.
So there's 25 teams out of 32
That are out of the
that
equation.
we just canceled.
Yeah.
They have no chance.
Keep the Ravens on life support.
Okay, I'll keep the Ravens for the argument's sake.
Fine.
If
Okay.
you're gonna keep the Ravens, then you gotta keep the Cowboys.
No way. They won 7 games last year.
If
Dak
you-
didn't even play
Okay,
last year. He played 4 games.
Okay,
Whoa, whoa. For the argument, we'll keep one quarterback on a rookie deal, Lamar.
And keep Dak.
We'll keep Dak
Okay.
just for the argument.
yeah.
Okay.
Just for the argument.
Now,
That's right.
there are 7 players in this list that are either a future Hall of Famer or a likely Hall of Famer, and I want to get a clarification of where you want this next guy because I put him as
Stafford.
a likely Hall of Famer, Stafford. When the numbers are all said and done, and I know we hate him here in Detroit
No, we
because
don't.
we don't have fun,
We don't
whatever
hate
the
him.
case may be. Stafford, I put on this list of 7. Am I a buffoon for doing that, or do you think he is on track to be a Hall of Famer when it's all said and done, when you stack up the numbers?
It would have been a strong question mark if he would stayed in Detroit and continue how his career would be Detroit. We already know that they don't like Detroit
You're
sports.
right.
So I think he would have been a tough sell in Detroit. But you see how the media has changed already. Like the narrative has changed. Like you're seeing them in Sports Illustrated pieces.
So
that
right.
ESPN fluff piece was, I mean, it was amazing for him and his family. But it's just like all of a sudden he's transcended
you're killing
to this
it right
quarterback that never existed before. Meanwhile, we've seen proof of him existing in bad ways. So I would say now with Los Angeles and how they feel about him, his trajectory is definitely Hall of Fame now.
You
Amen.
nailed that.
Amen.
You nailed that. So I'm putting him on this list. Okay, so here we go. List of 7. Russell Wilson.
Yes.
Patrick Mahomes.
Yes.
Of course.
Aaron Rodgers.
Yes.
Tom Brady.
Yes.
Ben Roethlisberger.
Yes.
Ben Roethlisberger's a Hall of Famer.
You're saying win the Super Bowl this year.
No, I'm just clarifying the list right now.
Yes.
Okay.
Super Bowl.
And then Matt Stafford I have on this. Oh, one other guy I put on this list. Josh Allen.
I knew you were going to put Josh Allen.
I put him as a future.
It's too early.
It is too early.
Way too early.
Way too early. But trending.
But to that list, like I don't think you're wrong for that. He was AFC Championship last year. Like his team's still in place.
Yeah.
Like, I like him on that list.
I mean, I like the list.
I like him on that list.
Now let's look at this list of 7 and cancel out teams that can't win the Super Bowl. I don't like Seattle. Russell Wilson's not winning the Super Bowl this year.
No.
Stafford. Well, I don't. The Pittsburgh Steelers are not winning the Super Bowl.
No.
So that leaves
not necessarily though. Like Steelers are sneaky. If the problem with the Steelers has been and always has been injuries. That it's always been injuries. Like you see what happens when they're healthy. They're 11-0, and all of a sudden they get injured. They lose a couple players. Now they lose their last 5 games. Now they lose to the Cleveland Browns in the playoff. So their problems is injuries. Like you look, I like what they did with Najee Harris. I'm very excited to see what he's going to get doing this year. Devin Bush comes back from injury, so they could win the Super Bowl. Like small chance, but they could win.
Okay, so then that leaves
5%.
Okay, I take it.
That's not nothing.
That's not dead.
Okay, so now we have Mahomes,
I'll
Rodgers,
take 5% of United Wholesale Mortgage.
But listen to who we have left here, who we have not crossed off. Mahomes, Rodgers, Brady, and Allen.
And Stafford.
Yeah. 5, count them. 5 teams. Now I'm going to do this. Gentlemen, give me your Super Bowl predictions.
I got to repeat. The only difference is this time I have the Chiefs winning. I think what they did, man, so I got the Chiefs over Tampa in the Super Bowl. I think they revamped that offensive line. They put a lot of money into it. They made trains, like I said, for Orlando Brown. Everybody's healthy. Everybody came, everybody's healthy now. They're coming back. I like their running back field, and I just think that, like Drake says, somebody told me I fell off. Oh, I needed that. And I think that's what the Chiefs and Mahomes are going to have their season based on, is somebody talk about they fell off, and boy, they didn't.
Maz?
I have a rematch of Super Bowl 1. I have the Packers and the Chiefs. And I have a hard time. I'm having a hard time picking against the Chiefs. I want to pick the Packers. If their defense is anything this year, I think the Packers could win the Super Bowl. I think I will take them. I'll take the Packers over the Chiefs.
Okay.
Just like Super Bowl 1.
Green Bay over the Chiefs. Okay, for me, I too have Tom Brady and the Patriots. Tom Brady and the Bucs beating the Kansas City Chiefs in the Super Bowl this year. And I think Tampa Bay is better this year than they were a year ago. And I like Kansas City, and maybe that game goes another way. Maybe come February 8th or 9th or whenever the Super Bowl is played,
February
13th, I will change my prediction. But right now, as it sits today, I'll sit here and say that the Bucs and the Chiefs are going to play.
While you were talking now, as you were giving us your theory, and we got to get you a lab coat. Because your breakdown of that was very good. It was very, like, you were in the lab, you were in the zone. I jotted this down. You said you had to be on a rookie deal, or you had to be a Hall of Famer. Outside of that, and I'm going to say you're correct, because the only people who do it outside of that were Flacco did it, Mark Rippon did it, Jeff Hostetler did it, Theismann / Doug Williams did it, Brad Johnson did it. 5 people in the last 40 years that were either not Hall of Fame nor on their rookie deal to win a Super Bowl. So there's some validity to that.
And
man.
when we talk about the teams that we even debated to be in the Super Bowl this year, Buffalo, Josh Allen, Green Bay, Aaron Rodgers, Kansas City, Patrick Mahomes, Tampa Bay, Tom Brady. Matt Stafford and the LA Rams are getting a ton of love. Matt Stafford, I don't know if he belongs in that conversation, but he's on track to be.
Last year, Tampa won in Tampa. It would need the Rams would have to win in L.A. Back-to-back Super Bowl teams in their home stadium.
From never to two.
Yeah.
So by this list that we have compiled here,
I would love to see it though.
27 out of the 32 teams in the National
So what are we
Football
playing
League
for?
don't have a chance to make it to the Super Bowl.
Sounds like college football.
Or, excuse me, don't have a chance to win the Super Bowl.
It does.
So for as much parity as there is in the NFL, there's 5 teams that have a shot to get there. 3-2 in the Kansas City.
You know what it's
and
like?
Buffalo.
You know what this is like? It's very
in the
funny.
AFC, and then 3 in the NFC.
This is very similar to the Grammys. Now, bear with me. Bear with me. Every year, the Grammys adds more and more awards so that they can take care of more artists. They can take care of more genres so that country people want to come to the awards because they're getting taken care of. Rappers want to come because they're being taken care of. They have all these awards and these made-up stuff, like categories you never even heard of, and you're trying to figure out how this song fits in this category. But behind closed doors, the only category that matters is Album of the Year. Male and women. And every year, it's between Adele, Taylor Swift, Sam Smith. It's between 4 people. Dua Lipa. Like, it's only between a couple people. That's why they come out with all the. That's why they have all the other awards. That's why they have the NFL honors. That's why they have all the comeback player of the year stuff. So they can incorporate everybody. But they know it's only between 4 or 5 teams. It's just like the Grammys.
It's just that easy. That's the kind of analyses you
That's pretty
get
good right there,
inside the lab. Emoni and Edwards, videos of the day you are not going to want to miss. This video of the day, I can assure you of that.
Bottom line, baby.
Would you like to win a custom-built chopper while helping our veterans at the same time?
Then watch as we turn this bike into a one-of-a-kind classic chopper.
Watch the Call Sam Chopper Shop on our social media channels and get your raffle ticket today at callsam.com/chopper shop.
You know why realtors love using Hall Financial as a lender? Because of our commitment to speed and service. We have nearly 4,000 5-star reviews already. Call today, 248-308-5000, or go to callhallfirst.com.
Every day, you know I talk about Papa Romano's, man. It's my spot. But today, I'm going to try to make Maz hungry. You got to go to Papa Romano's. I'm talking. Look at the sausage and the pepperoni paws on this pizza right here. The cheese. Look at the blackened crust right there. It's falling off the top. It's like an infinity pool of cheese, pepperoni, and toppings there, man. Every day I talk about this, it makes me want Papa Romano's just a little bit more.
All right.
Go to your neighborhood Papa Romano's where you get fresh salads, you get fresh toppings. The wings are to die for. And I haven't had the Bambino bread in so long. Go to your nearest neighborhood Papa Romano's.
That's better than a W to eat.
I'm trying to tell you. And if you're trying to see the menu, just go to paparomanos.com. I'm telling you, you'll like it.
All right, Maz.
Are you hungry now, Maz?
I'm always hungry.
Maz,
especially for pizza.
I ripped up my situation over here.
It's okay, man. I got you.
So, yeah, please.
Welcome back, everybody.
Yeah.
Welcome back to the Bottom Line on Woodward Sports. It is our time of the show to give you our favorite videos of the day. I'd like to bring them to you. Let's start it off with one that my man Braylon Edwards sent me over here. Check this out. This looks like
great.
a fun basketball game to be at. Of course, you go to a basketball game to see the in-game timeouts, to see what they're going to do. Check this big guy out, representing. Here we go.
Let's get it. Come on, big boy. Oh, let's go.
And he sticks the landing.
Stuck the landing.
You want to see that? Ballislife.com for that one.
That would have been probably around a 14.9 starting value in competition in the Olympics. I'm giving that 14.75.
I got to see this again, man.
He sticks the landing. He doesn't run too fast. He has some weight on him, so he knows he has to pick up some centrifugal force. Boom. See, the landing wasn't perfectly clean, but the fact that he had a couple pounds in the midsection, I'm going to go ahead and take off for him falling forward. I'm giving that a 10. I'm giving that a 10.
I'm with you.
I'm giving that a 10.
3 10s from the dais here.
It came out of nowhere, too.
Let's take it to this day in sports. Go back to 2017. Louisiana Tech's getting their clocks cleaned, but they're driving late in this game. Let's put a touchdown up on the board. But wait, there's more.
Dolphins. And then a terrible snap. Smith is going to have to go all the way back. He didn't secure it. It's still loose.
Look.
It's still loose. Rolling.
Oh, my
Look, rumbling and bumbling.
Rumbling, tumbling,
Look at
bumbling,
it.
Line
stumbling.
sacks. They were always a good team to bet on, bet against.
Listen to the loss. Listen.
7. The greased pig off the snap. If you said this first half was bananas, that play summarizes it all. Loss of 87 yards.
Loss of 87?
Isn't that unreal?
My longest touchdown is 87 yards.
They lost 87 yards on one freaking play.
Like, if you're on the field for that play, if you're on offense, like, it's time to just go to the locker room. I'm out.
Oh, my
I'm
gosh.
out.
That's unbelievable.
But the crazy thing about it is the quarterback actually does what you're supposed to do. He really just tried to slide on top of it. Problem is he slid into the ball as opposed to falling on top of it. He's trying to slide into it, and, you know, he slid the ball back another 70 yards. That's tough.
And we got one more. This is the pièce de résistance.
Uh-oh.
This is the
everyone
what?
likes the pièce de résistance.
What the hell is that?
You never heard of the pièce
It's
de
French,
résistance?
Huh?
It's like the capper of the evening.
Oh, okay.
You never heard of that saying?
Just say the capper.
The capper. Fine. Whatever. Anyway.
Don't listen to him. I appreciate your French.
All you fantasy football fans out there, you want to know who to draft and all. Well, check this commercial out from back in the day.
Look at this.
You can't see, can you? Being a receiver is not about physicality, speed. It's about zen and the art of receiving, seeing without seeing. Feeling, emotion, reaching out. Seeing without seeing. Look out. Pick me. I am your choice.
So great. Yes.
Woo!
Yes.
Oh God, that was so corny.
Yes.
I sounded so stiff. I sound like Neo in the Matrix. Watch out.
Do you remember doing that?
Of course I do.
Yeah.
It was great. So the thing that was so cool about that is I hadn't made the Pro Bowl yet. That was off season going into the year that I would make the Pro Bowl. So I guess they brought me some good luck. People always ask, and you ask, could I see? So they made the slits so small in the tie, the blindfold. The slits were so small. I'm talking about smaller than Batman, like way smaller than Batman. So the first couple times that we're doing it, like I can hear it and I start timing it. First one hit me in the nose. Like that, it wasn't like it's just like
on
this.
A jugs gun?
Nah, a jugs gun. It like hit me like literally in the nose, and then I started getting the rhythm, but it was still too small. So they opened them up just a tad bit smaller. So between listening to the sound and the slits, I could see just a little bit. So it's still impressive, but I can see a little bit.
Oh my
I'm
gosh!
honest.
How about that back turn behind your back, bend over?
I threw that out there. That was my suggestion too.
Oh my gosh! Are you kidding me?
They were trying to. So we were trying to do a one-handed one because I think Andre Johnson had done the ones. Oh no, the Chris Chambers where he did this and this and then stack the balls on top. I was trying to do it blind. There's no way in hell I could catch that thing.
How about
blind.
that?
That's awesome, man. Hey, for those listening on the app and you couldn't see those, if you want to see Braylon's commercial, you go to YouTube and just search Braylon Edwards Fantasy Commercial. It'll pop up. And also on the ballislife.com on Instagram, you can see our big man doing his flips on the court.
If you want to make it easier for yourself, just go to YouTube and
Watch
to
us again.
Woodward Sports and forward to the last couple
There
minutes
you
of the
go.
show.
Way to
And you
get
get
'em.
to
Get
see
'em
them
on
both.
track.
I do want to make mention, gentlemen, that Woodward Sports Friday Night Clash is here, guys. Every Friday night, we're going to broadcast one of the best games in Metro Detroit on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. And there was a change this week. We were supposed to be at Walled Lake Western against White Lake Lakeland, but that game has been canceled due to COVID. So your Friday night clash this week is Harper Woods 2-0 at St. Mary's Prep 2-0. There's going to be a halftime kick to win $10,000. You must follow Woodward Sports on Twitter.
Are we eligible?
Hey, I don't see why not.
I mean, you know, why not?
That game is...
I split it with you.
Yep. Hey, let's go. Friday night, 9 o'clock on YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. Friday night, 9 o'clock.
And don't forget, we got our Lions pregame show with the Riff coming up this Sunday. Be there 11 a.m. at the Tin Roof. That's the old Chelly's Chili Bar. We're going to be outside having a great time. Come visit Ryan, Braylon, myself, and a cast of thousands down there of Woodward sports folks.
They got good food. They have good food too.
Oh God, it's
I plan on eating on air.
Going to be an awesome day. And Braylon, that is amazing, man. It is so cool. I'm telling you, I say it every day, but I really mean I am having so much fun doing this show with you guys. It's just great.
I posted a picture on Instagram, which I'm now back in. Thank you. I posted a picture, just a video of the Bottom Line Sports and just kind of talk about what we do. And I said, man, it's almost shameful to, to call this work. Like, when you do something you love, it shouldn't be called work.
You heard Mateen. Mateen thinks he's stealing money.
Right. I think we're all doing that, right? I mean, what we get to do.
I don't know about stealing money.
Yeah. No, I don't know about stealing. I mean,
I'm joking.
I mean, well, I didn't know that Michael Thomas was hurt.
That's okay, man. You wake up 3 in the morning, 2 in the morning. What the hell?
It's all good.
You can let one go by once in a while.
Even if you were starting, they still don't have a shot in hell.
Well,
eat your W anyway.
Yeah, well, you can only do that once a show.
Oh, okay.
I cannot wait until Monday when I come in here and Jameis dropped 4 touchdowns against the Pats.
Hey, 4 pick sixes.
We're gonna miss you tomorrow, Bray.
Yeah.
I'm going to an outing at a golf outing at Firekeepers Inn. It's a veteran outing. Every year I try to get out to a couple veterans outing and support our troops. So it's going to be fun, man. I haven't golfed in so long. Like, being with you guys, I'm not blaming you guys, but I'm going to be rusty.
No better weekend to do that than on the 20th anniversary of 9/11.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, definitely, man. So it's perfect. It sets up nice, man. I'm excited to be there. And, the troops are always they're so humble. They're so happy to have us there. And it's like, no, we're here for you.
Right.
We appreciate your service. So... yeah, it's always great.
T. Foss will be in the house tomorrow, taking your spot.
Oh, man, good luck with that one. Good luck with that one.
He could be arguing.
He's going to be hating on the Lions.
He's going to be, oh, man.
I guarantee you one of his takes is going to be you guys are joining the bandwagon too soon with Michigan State and Michigan. I guarantee you that's one of his takes.
Yeah, I mean, I just like to be along for the ride. If you play good, I'll give you good comments. If you play bad, I'll give you bad comments.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean... and right now, neither team has done anything unworthy of any praise.
Yeah.
Right now,
hey,
through 1 week.
What are you doing in 4 hours, guys?
I'm going to be in Dearborn.
I'm going to be watching
I'm going to be watching
football.
I'm going to be watching some football.
I'm watching some football.
I was going to say, I'm going to some football right now. Freshman De La Salle.
Little Robbie Armani.
Little Robbie's playing. Freshman De La Salle at Dearborn Fordson. Ooh-wee.
Ooh, at Dearborn Fordson. That's Ford Road. I know exactly what that is. I know exactly.
By the way, shout out to Matty Mazaway yesterday. Served out the last game for Bishop Foley.
10 in a row.
Straight.
Come on now.
How about that?
Come on, Maddie.
All right, girl.
Yeah, baby.
I see you out here.
Alex Mayer, Fish, Maz, Bray,
My
Ryan.
man.
Love you, man.
Love
Enjoy
you too,
tomorrow.
buddy.
You're doing a great thing.
Let's enjoy it tonight, though, man. Let's text during the game so we can see how the season's going.
Absolutely.
Man.
You got that right. Woodward Sports Network.
You can't see, can you? Being a receiver is not about physicality, speed. It's about zen and the art of receiving. Seeing without seeing. Feeling, emotion, reaching out. Seeing without seeing. Look out. Pick me. I am your choice.